and this is playoff football. Stay tuned for kickoff at 1 p.m. Hey football fans, and welcome to today's 6A quarterfinal playoff matchup. Your Centennial Hawks are ready to take their field and fight their way to the state championship. The Hawks have been dominating all season long, powered by strength, speed, and determination. In the passing game, junior quarterback Ruiz Laborin continues to deliver in big moments, throwing for 15 touchdowns and keeping the Hawks offense flying high. In the air, junior wide receiver Andrew Sandoval has been a go-to playmaker, ranking up 83.9 receiving yards per game and grabbing 7 receiving touchdowns this season. On defense, junior Jonathan Valenzuela Childers has been the heart of the unit, averaging 8.1 tackles per game, always around the football. Sophomore Carlos Medina has been a force in the trenches, recording 5 sacks and disrupting of offenses week after week. In the secondary, senior Andres Sainz leads the way with 2 key interceptions, helping lock down opposing receivers. Today, your Centennial Hawks are battling away for a spot in the semifinals, and they're ready to leave everything on the field. This is Hawk Nation, and this is playoff football. Stay tuned for kickoff at 1 p.m. Let's go Hawks! Okay, I'm going to my corner where I get the guys run. Put the volume down. Yes, thank you.
On the playing surface, they are translated into the word sportsmanship. Sportsmanship is one of the strongest educational lessons and lifetime values taught by interscholastic athletics. Because of this, the NMAA reminds you to always compete with class.
Why am I shaking? I'm nervous, all of it.
Welcome to the field, the visitors, the Cueva Bears.
Oh, God.
Welcome back to the Field of Dreams. I'm Jeff Matthews. Glad to have you along this afternoon. You're listening on 104.5 FM and AM 570 Cool Rhythm in southern New Mexico, or on the website where we stream the audio. And we welcome in those viewers that are watching this afternoon on LCPS TV on YouTube. It's a simulcast. Students from Las Cruces Public Schools producing the telecast. And we're ready to kick this thing off. Should be an outstanding ball game. The Hawks had a bye week. La Cueva had to advance via the first round, and they did so with a victory over El Dorado. La Cueva comes in running hot. They've won 9 games in a row. Hawks in their last ball game fell to Las Cruces 31-21, but played about as well as anybody has. The Bulldogs are undefeated. Bulldogs had to battle last night to beat the Los Lunas Tigers. We'll talk about that. Here's a squib kick taken back at the 18 by the Bears. Across the 25, across the 30, Guree, out to the 33-yard line. So that's where La Cueva will get it first.
Number 4, Isaiah Gorey on the rundown.
Bears in the white. Hawks are in red and black with gold numerals, red helmets. Bears wearing white jerseys, silver pants, blue numerals, and silver helmets. We're 4 seconds into the game, and the La Cueva Bears are going to start at their own 33-yard line. Quarterback is Monty Melendez. They come out in the shotgun with 4 wide receivers, and he's going up top, sends a pass out right side. It's caught at the 35, out to the 37-yard line. So a modest pickup as he hits Brewer. They got about half of what they need. We'll give him 5. And it's 2nd down and 5. Bears didn't have any stats available via max preps. They keep either those to themselves or distribute them differently. Melendez back to pass. He fires near side, and a nice catch made at the Hawk 46. Down at the Hawk 45-yard line is Lopez. Nice pass, nice catch, and it's a first down.
Number 13, Chris Lopez.
So they go from the 38 to the 45.
To the Centennial 45.
It's a gain of 17. And it's 1st and 10 at the Hawk 45 for La Cueva. Bears go empty. 5 wide receivers on 1st and 10. Good snap. Melendez back to pass. Gets some heat. Gets rid of it, though. Fires it near sideline. Incomplete down at the Hawk 20-yard line. The pass was intended.
For number 19,
Devin Williams was the intended receiver. And it's 2nd down and 10 for La Cueva. 3 pass plays out of the gate for La Cueva. They have it at the Hawk 45-yard line, 2nd and 10. 11:23 to play in the first quarter. Wide sides to the right. They got 2 receivers over there, 1 flank to the left side. They're in the pistol. Good snap. They'll go to the ground for the first time. Hit at the line of scrimmage and powers for about 3. Good run by Hathaway.
Handoff to 29.
There is a flag down, though, at the line of scrimmage at the 46-yard line is where the flag rests, right among all the Bear linemen. Face mask is an indication I saw from the umpire, and it's against the Hawks. It's a 5-yard face mask. So the first penalty of the game goes against Centennial and will add to the 3-yard run by Hathaway. Jay Hathaway, just a sophomore, 5'8", 155-pounder. And it's first, no, not quite first, actually. They gained 3 on the run, 5 on the penalty. So it's 2nd down and 2 for the Bears. They're at the Centennial Hawk 37-yard line with 11:06 to play in the first quarter. Melendez in the pistol, Hathaway behind him, and he hands to Hathaway, gets hit behind the line of scrimmage and loses a yard or 2. Batar and Chavez beat their blockers, and it's going to be a full loss of 2 by Hathaway. And it brings up 3rd down and 4 for La Cueva at the Centennial 39-yard line with 10 minutes and 40 seconds to play in the first quarter. We're just underway. La Cueva's moved it from their own 33 to the Hawk 39. 3rd and 4, though, at the Hawk 39-yard line. There goes Lopez in motion left to right. Play action. Melendez back to pass. Fires it over the middle. Man's open. Juggled. Caught. And down inside the 10. He hit Lopez. Had trouble steering it cleanly, but stayed with it. And they get a big gain on 3rd down and 4. It's a gain of 32 yards. And it's 1st and goal for La Cueva at the Centennial Hawk 37-yard line. And the play got him wide open. Good pass by Melendez and a good job to haul it in by Lopez after the juggle. Lopez wide to the left. Pistol formation. And they hand off. Hathaway coming left, wrapped up, and still fights for a yard. Looked like he was going to get tackled for no gain. Making the stop for the Hawks is Chavez. Hathaway picked up a yard, didn't look like he was going to get anything, so he battled at the end of the run, kept those feet churning, and picks up a hidden yard down in the deep red zone. 9:37 to play in the first quarter. Nothing to score, but La Cueva's knocking at the door on their opening series. 2nd and goal at the Hawk 6-yard line. Pistol and play action. Melendez back to pass, fires, it's caught at the 1, he reaches the ball out. Didn't get it into the end zone. Good effort by Brewer, made the catch, and as he was going down, he reached out the ball to try to break the plane, but couldn't get it done. They pick up 5, and it's 3rd and goal at the Hawk 1-yard line with 9:02 to play in the first quarter. Sanders is checked in at the pistol back. He was in their last play as well. Good snap, handoff. He gets into the end zone behind left guard, touchdown. A 1-yard TD run.
Packers take it.
Vaughn
takes it down
Saunders.
for a La Cueva touchdown.
6-0 Bears, 8:50 to play in the first quarter. 67-yard drive for La Cueva, overcoming third down a couple of times. And the PAT attempt is up, and it's good. La Cueva 7. Centennial yet to touch the ball, nothing. 8:50 to play in the first quarter. Nice drive for the Bears out of the gate on the road. You're listening to Hawk Football on Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM and AM 570.
Northwest Designs Inc. is the official championship souvenir vendor of all New Mexico Activities Association state events.
PAT was hit by Chance Whitmire. I could wallpaper the room in the La Cueva roster. Had to dig through 4 or 5 pages to dig out the kicker, but Chance Whitmire is the place kicker for the Bears, and he nailed the PAT. So an impressive drive for the Bears, 67 yards, 5 pass plays, and 4 running plays, so 9 plays in total, and they got the lead on the road. And here's Whitmire's kick, chips it down to the 12. They will run the starburst, will the Hawks, and coming right with the football and bang down at about the 19 is where the run ends, as La Cueva not fooled by the series of handoffs. Villa ended up with the football, and they're going to spot it at the 20, so he did make it to the 20 according to this officiating crew. .8:44 to play in the opening quarter. And we see the Centennial Hawks. Ruiz Labarin is the quarterback for the Hawks. Averages 201 yards a game passing, 15 TDs, 4 interceptions this year. 1st and 10. Hawks have it at their own 20-yard line. Direct snap to Aldape, the running back. Aldape coming right to the sideline. Gets a little shove out of bounds at the 22-yard line. He picked up 2. Aldape is the 3rd running back for the Hawks. Dalen Ramirez started the year and was having a great year, had over 1,000 yards of rushing, went down with an injury. And then they went to Jesus Sanchez, who scored 11 TDs in a couple of games. He's out, and so Aldape's taken over, a sophomore, at the top running back spot for the Hawks. So they'll have to count on the underclassmen here this afternoon. 2nd down and 8. The ball is at the Hawk 22-yard line, empty. Labarin drops to pass, has all day, fires complete for a 1st down up to the 31-yard line for Alonz. They'll give him his forward progress to the 31, and it's a gain of 9, and that'll move the chains for Centennial. Cole with his 22nd catch of the year, had 339 yards and 2 TDs coming into the game. Averages 16.1 yards a grab for Aaron Ocampo's Hawks. 7-0 La Cueva. 8:11 to play first quarter on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. 1st and 10 for Centennial at the Hawk 31-yard line. Matherly's in the backfield. They motion Aldape into the backfield, give him the ball on the sweep, and he gets wrapped up and dropped after a yard gain. Making the stop was Brody Clark for the Bears. 2nd down and 9 for Centennial. 2 carries, 3 yards for Aldape, the sophomore, 5'8", 150-pounder for the Hawks. 2nd and 9. Ball's on the right hash. Hawks going left to right on your radio dial. Defensive end for the Bears. He surged across. That's Sawake.
Encroachment on the Bears.
6 foot, 225-pound linebacker that was lined up on the end of the defense. Picked up a 5-yard penalty. And it's still 2nd down for the Hawks, but now they have it at their own 37-yard line. Second down and about 4 for the Hawks. They need the Centennial 41 for a first down. 4 wide receivers, snap to Labarine, shovel pass to Villa, 40, 45. He's got the 50 and tripped up and goes down at the Bear 46.5-yard line.
Labarine shuttle pass to number 11, Anthony.
Gain of 17 to Villa on the little shovel. So Erno Campos had a couple of weeks to figure out what to do without his senior running back and his sophomore running back. And he's got a third running back in there starting today that's also a sophomore. So there's a little sign of maybe what's to come with the shovel. Ruiz Labarine's going to carry going left. He's a big guy. He's cut down after a couple of yard gain. Making the stop for the Bears, Love Doc Miles. Labarine averages 4.2 yards a carry on the year. Picked up 2 here. Ruiz with 9 rushing TDs. And it's second down and 8 for the Hawks. The ball is at the La Cueva 44 with 6:16 to play in the first quarter. 7-0 La Cueva. Sandoval, the leading receiver, goes in motion. Now he comes back out in motion. Here's the blitz. The blitzer blows up the blocker, but he got the job done. Pass over the middle, but to Sandoval, he has it. 35-30, 25-20, 15-10, 5, touchdown. Penalty flag down back at the line of scrimmage. There is a marker down. Good job on stopping the blitzer. Bought Labarine the time he needed, and he hit Sandoval in stride. He took it into the end zone. Would be a 44-yard TD, but there's a flag down. And we're waiting for some type of indication, but all the players are coming back. There's your indication it's coming back. Holding against Centennial. So no TD, and it's going to move the Hawks way back. Bulldogs really had a penalty problem last night against Los Lunas. 170 yards in penalties by my count against Las Cruces, as they really had to tussle with Los Lunas to win the game last night in the quarterfinals in the 1-versus-8 game. Hawks penalized 10, moves them back to the Hawk 46, first down yardage at the Bear 36. Labarine on a quarterback draw, has the 45, the 50, banked forward, still going, across the Bear 45 to the 44. Pretty good chunk. It's a gain of 10 for Labarine. And it's third down now, and 8. The ball is at the La Cueva 44-yard line. The Centennial Hawks have given up points this year, so this is not going to be a 7-0 game. Hawks prolific at scoring, but they do give up points. Play clock is at 11 as the Hawks line up on 3rd and 8 at the Bear 44-yard line. Bears with 4 men on the defensive line. They rush 4. Labarine back to pass, gets pressure, waits till the last second, and we've got a big man interception as Labarine was popped, and one of the defensive linemen for the Bears picks it off. Silva, the 245-pound defensive tackle, with the interception. Well, that came from the pass pressure. And for Labarine, that's his 5th interception of the year. And La Cueva will have it at the Hawk 35-yard line with 5:04 to play in the first quarter. So a holding penalty wipes out a TD for the Hawks, and then a couple of plays later, the Bears get the takeaway. And now they're starting at the Centennial 35-yard line, so a perfect start for La Cueva on the road. Melendez empty, back to pass. Hawks send everybody, and the pass is overthrown and incomplete, intended for Gurry over the middle. Second and 10.
Second and 10 for the Bears.
So Monty Melendez is 4 for 6 for 59 yards so far in the ball game. Twins to the right, they're stacked. One receiver to the left side on second down and 10 at the Hawk 35. Hawks have 3 down linemen. Walk up a 4th and now a 5th. as the Bears might be changing the play, and they change their formation a little bit and spread out a little bit. Good snap. Melendez drops to pass, gets some heat, flag flies. Illegal procedure is signaled against La Cueva. Might be that they were lined up improperly. Might not have had enough men in the backfield and on the line. They give the same signal for multiple fractions. The way that flag came out, and I didn't see anybody lurch, they might have, but I have a feeling when the Bears shifted, perhaps they didn't get enough people in the right spots. 4:59 to play in the first quarter. The Bears 7, the Hawks nothing. It's 2nd and 15 for the Bears. They have the ball at the Hawk 40. Hawks blitzed on first down. Hathaway's in there. Play action. Melendez to throw, and it's off the helmet of his intended receiver, Lopez.
Passes incomplete.
Chris Lopez, just a sophomore, 5'10", 150 wide receiver. He was turning around as the ball arrived, and it looked to me like it caromed off his helmet. But he wasn't quite looking back for the ball yet when it arrived. As the Hawks did get a little heat on Melendez. Bears have been good on third down here in the early going. They got it 3rd and 15, and the Hawks blitz and jump off sides. Couldn't keep from jumping across. They might have got 2 guys. Ismael Medina is the guy I saw jump across, and that'll be a 5-yard penalty. Makes it a little easier for the Bears. As they've got it at the Hawk 35, they need the 25 for a first down. It's 3rd down. Snap about knee-high. Melendez handles it. Now he's floating left, drifting. Flag flies. Pass is juggled. Did he catch it? No, it's incomplete at the 21. There's a holding against La Cueva. Hawks could decline it and make it 4th and 10, or they can take it and make it 3rd and 20. Aaron Ocampo with a decision. Still hasn't made it. They've decided to take it. Nope, now they're changing their mind. So they were going to take it. Now they've decided to decline it. Coach Ocampo's with his offense by the big giant TV. So Coach Labarine, the defensive coordinator, was on the headset trying to find out what they wanted to do. So the Hawks have declined the penalty. It's 4th and 10 for the Bears at the Hawk 35-yard line. Major change in personnel for both ball clubs. They're going to come out in punt formation. Whitmire, the punter, stands at the Hawk 49. It's 4th and 10 after an interception by the Bears. They didn't move it, though. Good spot for a fake. The Hawks stay in a traditional defense. Nobody back deep, and they are going to rugby-style kick it out of there. Whitmire's kick to the far sideline, hits at the 12 and bounds out of bounds somewhere near the 10. Looks like they're going to spot it at the 9. So good job by the Hawk defense to get off the field. Didn't surrender any points after the interception by Silva, the 245-pound defensive tackle on the last drive. So the Hawks will start at their own 9 with 4:39 to play in the first quarter. Well, the Hawks put it into the end zone on the last drive, but a TD pass was called back due to a hold, and then a couple of plays later, the Bears turned them over. Got the interception. 4:39 to play first quarter. Bears 7, Hawks nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. And the Hawk offense out there, 1st and 10 at their own 9-yard line. Bears safety's back at the 20, about 12 yards deep. They snap it to Villa. Villa will keep a direct snap to Villa in the backfield. And Villa can't pick up a thing. No gain.
On the carry.
So the Hawks hampered with the injuries at the running back spot. They're 3 yards deep and trying to do some different things. We've seen a shovel pass. They're a direct snap to Villa. Now they put Labarine back at the quarterback spot with Aldape a step to his right in the shotgun on 2nd and 10 at the 9. They're backed up here. Bears have 5 on the defensive line, 9 in the box. Here's Labarine coming right. They've opened up a little hole for him. He gets caught from behind waiting for things to develop and gets dropped at the 15 after a gain of 6. Good effort to rally by Brody Clark. Looked like there might be a little more there, but Labarine was being patient, waiting for things to develop in front of him. And while he was being patient, the Bears rallied and brought him down shy of a first down. 3rd and 4 for the Hawks at their own 15-yard line. 3:27 to play first quarter. Labarine fakes it. He's going to keep, bounces it right. Collision at the 15. He's out to the 17-yard line. He collided with Brody Clark and stayed on his feet to pick up a couple, but it's not enough for a first down. It's 4th and about 3 at the, well, 4th and 2 actually at the 17. They need the 19 for a first down. So it's 4th and 2. They're backed up inside their own 20. And here comes the traditional punting unit for the Hawks. So the first down play kind of killed them. They didn't pick up a thing on first down and got behind the timing of the deal there. And so the Bears get a 3 and out, it looks like. Snap back. And the boot is away. Labarine's the punter. It's a line drive kick end over end, and it's taking Hawk bounces across midfield, rolling across the 40 on the Hawk sideline here on the right side. And it goes out of bounds at the 36.
Rolls down to the 36-yard line where the Bears will take over. First and
So a 47-yard punt, no return. 3:01 to play in the first quarter. And La Cueva will start at the La Cueva 36. Winner gets Las Cruces next week. A La Cueva Las Cruces game would be in the Duke City. And obviously a Centennial Las Cruces game would be right here. They played a couple of weeks ago with the Bulldogs winning at 31-21. Bears 7, Hawks nothing. 1st and 10. Melendez fires it out, and one hops it at the feet of Brewer, and incomplete at the line of scrimmage, trying to fire it out wide to the right. So Monty Melendez has missed on his last 3 pass attempts. He's 4 for 8 for 59 yards and running a little cold in the last drive in the first play of this one. 7-0 Bears though, 2:57 to play first quarter. Good snap. Melendez hands off to Hathaway. Tries to slip through a tiny seam. Picks up a couple. Getting off the bottom of the pile was Batar, the linebacker. Gain of 2, 3rd and 8 for the Bears at their own 38-yard line. Hathaway with 4 carries for 4 yards. Haven't been able to get their running game going. Keeping them honest, though. Not forgetting about it. 3rd down and 8 for La Cueva. The ball is at the Bear 38-yard line. 3 down linemen for the Hawks, but they're bringing 6. Melendez gets rid of it in a hurry. It's caught, yanked down immediately up at the 42-yard line. Making the grab is Guree. Shy of a first down. They pick up 4. Mateo Marcus made the stop for the Hawks. 4th and 4 for La Cueva at their own 42-yard line with 1:55 to play in the first quarter. And Chance Whitmire in there to punt. Did a rugby-style punt last time and pinned him inside the 10, and he will rugby it away again. End-over-end kick, hits at the 39, takes a La Cueva bounce, hops a few times, and is downed at about the 32 or 33. So much better field position for Centennial this time. They started at the 9 last time. They'll start at their 32 here with 1:36 to play in the first quarter. So that's the 3rd possession in a row with a punt. 2 by the Bears and 1 by the Hawks.
The New Mexico Department of Health is a valued partner.
So the Hawks are huddled up around Aaron Ocampo over on the Hawk sideline, which is on the western side here at the Field of Dreams. Sunshiny day. There is no wind right now. The flags are not whipping around at all. Hawks are going left to right, north to south here in Las Cruces at the Field of Dreams. Bears traveled well. Nice crowd for a quarterfinal. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 32-yard line. Aldape comes in motion. Labarine's going to keep, and he gets tripped up and turned around. Picks up 3 behind left end. 2nd and 7 for the Hawks at their own 35-yard line.
Number
5 carries, 23 yards for Labarine.
to 35.
And the Hawks are faced with 2nd and 7. They're not huddling. Cole Lons goes into the game. Coming out is a tight end for Centennial. Howie Garcia, 5'9", 200-pounder, comes out of the game. So they put in an extra receiver. 2nd and 7 at the Hawk 35-yard line. Here comes Sandoval in motion. Run the scissors to Aldape, faking it to Sandoval, and the Bears sandwich him for a loss back at the 31. That's a loss of 4. 3rd and 11 for Centennial. The ball at the Hawk 31-yard line as the Bears played let's meet at the running back on a delayed handoff. And they swallow Aldape, who never had a chance. Brings up 3rd and long with 33 seconds and counting to play in the first quarter. 7-0 La Cueva on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Sandoval comes in motion. Labarine back to pass. Fires a diving attempt at the 35 is incomplete. Trying to hit Sandoval. The ball overthrown. And another bad series for the Hawks. They're going to have to punt it away. Sandoval was open. The pass was errant, but Labarine's been under duress. Hard to be accurate in the face of an oncoming rusher. So the Bear defense doing the job. The Hawks did get it into the end zone once on a TD pass, but got called for a hold against the Bear pressure and protecting Labarine, and it came back. Bears come after it. Labarine boots it away. High short kick taken at the 36. Hawk coverage good on Gurry. He's hit right away. Didn't get much on the return. 2 yards out to the 38-yard line. So La Cueva starts about where they got it last time. As 2 punts for the Bears and 2 punts for the Hawks on the last 4 possessions. But the Bears went 67 yards on their opening drive in 9 plays, and living off of that, they're up 7-0 with 11 seconds to play in the first quarter. They moved it all the way up to the 40. So the Bears will start at their own 40. Play action. Melendez goes up top. Pass incomplete. Thrown into the dirt. Well, it's not dirt, it's sport turf. Thrown into the artificial turf on the Bears sideline right side. Trying to hit Cooper over there, and it had no chance. So Melendez 1 for his last 5. And it's 2nd down and 10 for the Bears at the La Cueva 40-yard line. Winner goes to the Final Four against Las Cruces next week. 2nd down and 10 for La Cueva at the Bear 40-yard line. Good snap, back to pass. Melendez, and the pass swatted away by the defensive line. He was trying to hit Lopez. Making the play for the Hawks was Andreas Sainz. 5'11", 200-pound senior batted it away, and it's 3rd down and 10 for La Cueva at the Bear 40. I'm Jeff Matthews. Glad to have you along on 104.5 FM and AM 570 in southern New Mexico. And we appreciate those that have tuned in to the LCPS live stream to watch the ball game this afternoon. 5 seconds to play in the first quarter. Bears 7, Hawks nothing. Snap back to Melendez. Hawks rush just 3. Melendez has protection and threads a pass in for a first down to Lopez, who gets knocked off his feet at about the Centennial 40-yard line. So they convert on 3rd down and 10, and that'll be the last play of quarter number 1. It's a gain of 20. So they've been good on 3rd down, particularly on their scoring drive, on their first drive of the game, and good on 3rd down here. Gets them a new set of downs. So the Bears will have it in Hawk territory after we flip the sides of the field at the end of the first quarter. Bears 7, Hawks nothing. You're listening to Hawk Football on Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM and AM 570.
That's the end of the first quarter. Your score, Bears 7, Hawks 0. Across
Bears are ready to go. 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Hathaway. And Hathaway stopped for a yard loss. Hathaway, 5 carries for 3 yards this afternoon. And it's 2nd down. Well, they got to give him back to the 40, so he didn't lose anything. It's now 2nd down and 10 for the Bears. The ball is at the Hawk 40 as they don't gain anything on the 1st down run by Hathaway. 11:34 to play in the 2nd quarter. The Bears 7, the Hawks nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Lopez started right slot, goes in motion left side to the wide side. Melendez looking that way, hits Guri, who gets popped right as the ball arrives by Villa, but he hangs on. It's a gain of 5, and it brings up 3rd and 5 for the Bears at the Hawk 35-yard line. So 3rd and 5 for the Bears at the Hawk 35-yard line with 11 minutes to play until halftime. Bears 7, Hawks nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. The Bears went on a 67-yard march right out of the gate. 9 plays, a 1-yard TD run by Sanders. 3rd and 5 here at the Hawk 35-yard line. Pistol, Melendez back to pass, firing right side to Guri, and the pass overthrown and incomplete. Missed him by 10 yards. Trying to hit Guri. Mateo Marcus, the senior defensive back, on coverage over there. That pass never had a chance. 4th and 5 at the 35-yard line of Centennial. They're too far for a field goal, probably too close to really punt unless you want to pin them back. They're going to go for it. 4th and 5 at the Hawk 35-yard line. They need the 30. And now La Cueva will spend a timeout. We'll take a short break. 10:34 to play in the half. It's the Bears 7, the Hawks nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Yeah, they haven't gone to timeout yet. The clock kept running. The clock keeper kind of fell asleep here. They're going to have to add some time to the clock if they caught it. Anyway, we're taking a break. Back in 30 seconds. Bears 7, Hawks nothing on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. This is Hawk football.
In the classroom, on teams, and in the community. Visit deons.com for locations or to order online.
.32 to play in the half. Bears 7, Hawks nothing. 4th and 5 for the Bears at the Hawk 35. Melendez to throw. Fires down the far sideline. Guri drops it at the 8. Perfect pass. Villa was covering Guri, and he couldn't hang on. There is a marker down, though, down at the Hawk 15-yard line. Three officials meeting back at the line of scrimmage. Now the 4th coming in to consult. I think we have offsetting fouls. Pass interference against the Hawks. Holding against the Bears. They offset. We'll replay 4th and 5.
Penalties on the play. Pass interference against the Hawks. Holding against the Bears. Those penalties.
Well, we saw a ton of flags last night. They were flying all over the place. Kind of looked like a ticker tape parade around here. 2 flags on the same play there, 1 on each team, and we'll do it again. 4th and 5 for the Bears at the Hawk 35-yard line. They need the 30 for a 1st down. It's on the left hash. Trips to the wide side. Snap is low. Melendez picks it up off the ground and fires over the middle, and it's incomplete. He had a receiver wide open in Brewer, and he couldn't hang on. It was too tall for him, and that kind of started with a bad snap. He had to pick it up off the ground. Maybe why he threw a little high when he collected the football. Had a receiver wide open and missed him. So it's 1st and 10 for Centennial at the Hawk 35-yard line with 10:22 to play in the 2nd quarter. Well, that ends the streak for the teams punting it to each other. The Bears turn it over on downs, and the Hawks start at their own 35-yard line. Labarine is 2 for 4 with an interception throwing the ball. We got a flag and a legal procedure against Centennial. The head linesman goes to the white hat to explain it. Offsides against Centennial. Head linesman trying to explain to Sanchez what he did wrong. Coach Ocampo going out saying, what do we do? Well, you get referees from out of the area for playoffs. And maybe they're not familiar with the way they let wide receivers line up. Coach Ocampo's all the way out to the numbers. Arms outstretched, wanting some discourse. And it's 1st and 15 for the Hawks at their own 30-yard line after an offsides penalty against the Hawks right out of the gate before they snapped it or anything. Good snap to Labarine, fakes it to Aldape, keeps up the middle. He's across the 35 and up to the 40-yard line. Picked up 10, but it's 5 yards shy of a first down because of the penalty. 6 carries, 33 yards for Labarine this afternoon. On the year, averages 4.2 yards a carry. He's now over 300 yards rushing. And it's 2nd down and 5 for the Hawks at their own 40 with 9:52 to play in the half. Sandoval, their leading receiver, goes in motion left to right across the formation. Snap goes to Villa, fakes a pitch and keeps, gets to the second level and slung down up at the 49-yard line. Robbie Abeda came up to make the stop for the La Cueva Bears. It's a gain of 9.
First down, Hawks.
So they direct snap it to Villa. And the Hawks overcome the penalty on first down. And now they're out near midfield. 7-0 La Cueva, 9:22 to play in the half. Sandoval flanked wide to the left. He's a leading receiver for the Hawks. Chase Sanchez goes wide to the right. They got Matherly lined up wing right. Bears have loaded up the line of scrimmage with 5 defenders. And here's another direct snap, and Villa's off to the races. 40, 30, 20, 10. Touchdown Hawks. 51 yards for Villa. And the Bear lead is 7-6 pending the PAT. So Villa took the snap, faked the handoff, darted up the middle. I don't know if he was touched.
Number 11, Anthony Villa. Touchdown, Hawks.
7-6 Bears, 8:58 to play in the half. And the Hawks to try the PAT. This would tie the game up if they drill it. Snap, the kick, and the flag flies. The kick is good.
There is a flag down.
Flag came from one of the referees under the uprights. Well, it's still 7-6 pending the decision on the penalty. Kick was good. They had a new holder in there. But he did a good job getting it down. And they're going to come explain it to Coach Ocampo. Might be against the Bears. Ocampo's got decisions. He can take the penalty on the kickoff. They could maybe go for 2 and move it half the distance to the goal. But he's not going to do that. He's going to keep the point on the board. 8:58 to play in the second quarter. They'll take the penalty on the kickoff. So it's 7-7, 8:58 to play in the second quarter. The Bears and Hawks tied up back in 30 on Cool Rhythm.
Trujillo's PAT was good. With 8:58 left in the second. Hawks 7, Bears 7. Personal foul penalty is assessed on the kickoff.
Penalty's a personal foul against La Cueva. Hawks went 65 yards on the TD march via a 51-yard run. And look at this. Hawks are kicking at the La Cueva 45-yard line. Jordan Trujillo's the Hawk kicker. He'll go ahead and kick it deep anyway. The Bears had the hands team in there in case they tried something funny with an onside kick or a high onside kick. Okay, then back towards the second line or try to get in between that line and the returnman. Anyway, the Hawks just kicked it out of the end zone, and the Bears will start at their own 20. 8:58 to play in the second quarter.
No alcohol needed. Visit Zero Clue.
So a 67-yard drive for La Cueva on their first drive of the ball game. The Hawks just went 65 yards for a TD and score with 8:58 to play in the second quarter. And now the Bears have it 1st and 10 at their own 20. Good snap to Melendez. Hands off to Hathaway, trying to bounce it left, and he does. He's got the 25. He's got what looks like a first down at the 30 and out of bounds there. Penalty flag down, though. Holding is going to be the call against the Bears.
Hathaway on the carry. There is a flag on the play.
So, of course, the Hawks will take it. The referee keeps asking the Hawks if they want to accept it. It's kind of a no-brainer, but I guess you got to ask. They eventually get the decision, and they're taking them back. So instead of a first down run for Hathaway, the Bears are backed up to their 10 now, 1st and 20. 8:50 to play in the second quarter. The Bears 7, the Hawks 7. 4 penalties for 35 yards now against the Bears. 4 penalties for 25 yards against the Hawks, and the Hawks had a TD called back in the first quarter. Snap back to Melendez, drops to the 2 to throw. Put some air underneath it, and the pass is caught by Lopez out at the 34-yard line. Gavin Woods popped him, but it's a first down for La Cueva after a gain of 24 yards. He really put some air underneath that. The ball and the defender arrived almost simultaneous. Good job by Lopez to hold on. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 34. Hawks show blitz. Hand off to Hathaway. He lost the ball. It's free, and it looks like the Hawks have pounced on it. And they have. Jonathan Valenzuela Chetis, 5'11", 170-pound junior, pounced on it as they didn't make the exchange. So Centennial starts off on a short field. They're at the La Cueva 30-yard line. 8:33 to play in quarter number 2. Game's tied at 7. Each team with a turnover now. A Bear interception, and the Hawks recover a fumble. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 30-yard line. Labarine back to pass. Labarine running out of time, flush left, gives some ground, floats it and throws it out of bounds. So Ruiz, 2 for 5 for 26 yards and an interception for the Hawks. He came in with 1,812 yards passing, hitting 60% of his passes. And he's just 2 for 5 today. 201.3 yards a game, came in with 15 TDs and 4 interceptions. Today, no TDs and 1 interception. 2nd down and 10 for Centennial. The ball's at the La Cueva 30. Bears substituting. 2nd and 10. Labarine hands off to Aldape, looking for a hole, bounces it right and gets buried. Big hit by Brody Clark, the 5'10", 215-pound linebacker. No gain.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 10.
So the Hawks trying to do something with the Bear fumble. So far they haven't moved it an inch. It's 3rd down and 10 at the Bear 30. 7:55 to play in the second quarter. Hawks 7, Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. 4 wide receivers, 3 deployed to the left side, which is the wide side, and then Aldape goes in motion that way. Bears are bringing the heat. Labarine stands in there as long as he can and delivers a strike to Colons. He makes the catch, and they wrestle him to the ground at the 9-yard line. Labarine really paid for that. He got popped, but he delivered a strike, and it's a first down for the Hawks. It's 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. It's a gain of 21. Cole came in with 2 TD grabs. 21 catches for 339 coming in. He's got 2 catches for 30 yards today. First and goal for the Hawks at the Bear 9-yard line. Aldape in motion into the backfield. Labarine's going to keep big hole straight up the middle. He's hit at the 3 and stretches out to the 1-yard line. Making the tackle for the La Cueva Bears is Brody Clark, the linebacker, but it's a gain of 8 for Ruiz Labarine. He's got 10 rushing TDs on the year. Or make it 9 rushing TDs on the year. They pulled it back to the 2. So it's second and goal. The ball is at the La Cueva 2-yard line. Labarine and Aldape in the backfield. Matherly lined up as a blocking back, or a fullback, if you will, behind left guard, left tackle. And it's Labarine again, straight up the middle, pushing the pile, trying to get in. No arms in the air. There they go. Touchdown, Labarine. 2-yard run. 8 carries, 42 yards, and a TD for Ruiz. That was TD number 10. And the Hawks have the lead for the first time. Wipe that out. That was a 30-yard march. Remember, they recovered the fumble. They only went 30 yards. Flags flying. Legal procedure against the Hawks. So they'll have to try this from 5 yards further out. Yeah, the Bears fumbled. Hathaway never really had control of the handoff from Melendez. And the ball was laying on the turf, and the Hawks recovered at the Bear 30. First and second down weren't good. Third down, Labarine stood in and threw a 21-yard pass over the middle to Cole Alons. Then a couple plays later, they're in the end zone. PAT is blocked. The Bears got in there and blocked it. Jet Kinghorn blocked the PAT. So it's Centennial 13, La Cueva 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. We'll pause. Hawks have the lead for the first time. They're up 6 halfway through the second quarter, just about. You're listening to Hawk Football.
Thank you to Wilson Sporting Goods for being the official ball of the New Mexico Activities Association. Look for the Wilson name on your next sporting goods purchase. The NMAA sends special thanks to longtime sponsor Rudy's Barbecue for its continued support of high school activities in New Mexico.
I'm Jeff Matthews, flying solo today. My usual partner, Bob Sherman. I think he's at a wedding, if I remember. Bob and I did the Aggie game last Saturday, the Aggies in Kennesaw State. Aggies are in Knoxville to play Tennessee today. Tonight's the Aggie Lobo men's basketball game at the Pan American Center. Here, we've got quarterfinals of the high school football playoffs in 6A, and the Hawks lead the Bears 13-7. And the kick sails to the 4-yard line. Guri to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, and meets some resistance at the 25, goes down at the 26. So after a turnover, the Bears try to get their offense going. They scored on their opening possession of the ball game and haven't done much since. A punt, then they turned it over on downs, and then they fumbled. There's a shaken up player on the field, and it looks like it's a Bear, and that's all I can see is my vantage point being blocked by the athletic trainers that are attending to the shaken up La Cueva Bear. So we've got a timeout, 6:21 to play in the half. It's the Hawks 13 and the Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Let's pause for this timeout. You're listening to Bear and Hawk football on Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM AM 570. Penalty against the Hawks, huh? I don't know. There's a shaken up Bear, so he hasn't done much yet. They're being cautious. Yeah. Welcome back. Gary was the shaken up Bear. He's walking off without any assistance, so that's good to see. There was a penalty. I missed the indication, but it's a 15-yard penalty against the Hawks, which has moved the Bears out to the 41 where they're going to start the drive. I saw the tail end when the official pointed. The penalty was against the Hawks. I didn't see whether he called a personal foul or unsportsmanlike conduct or a face mask or exactly what they call, but it's a 15-yarder against the Hawks. Bears start out at their 41 instead of the 26. Melendez fields a snap, back to pass, looks right side. It's complete behind the line of scrimmage. Hawks rally and bring him down for about a yard gain. Medina made the stop. The pass was complete to Cooper, no gain. Second and 10 for the Bears at their own 41. Centennial 13, La Cueva 7, halfway through the second quarter. Good ball game here today. Bears led it 7-0 after the first drive of the game. Play action, pass tipped in the air and incomplete. The defensive line batted it away. Andreas Sainz celebrating batting it away. That was pass number 18 for Monty Melendez. Bears have 5 yards rushing, but they got a rushing TD. Punched it in from a yard out. 5:44 to play in the half. Third down and 10 for La Cueva at the Bear 41. Good snap. Melendez back to pass. Zips it over the middle. An interception drop by Chase Sanchez. Sanchez had it in his hands and couldn't hang on at the 48-yard line. It was intended for Brewer over the middle. Nearly picked off, and the Bears go 3 and out. So they haven't moved it much since their opening drive of 67 yards. Their possession since a punt. Turned it over on downs, a fumble, and now a punt if they do in fact boot it away on 4th and 10 from their own 41. Whitmire's the punter, and he boots it away and it's blocked, but it carries on downfield. Hawks get away from it and it's going to die at the Hawk 40. So they got a paw on it, but they didn't knock it backwards. It's going to work at about a 16, 17-yard punt. Hawks are going to get it at their own 40. And they found some stuff that has worked after a slow start. Labarine passing, 3 for 6 for 47 yards and an interception. Hawks have 101 yards rushing, 42 for Labarine and a TD, 60 for Villa and a 51-yard TD. So it's been the ground game where the Hawks have moved it. Aldape goes in motion. Labarine's going to keep, and a hole opens, and he's loose. 50, 45. Slung down at about the 41-yard line. Making the stop for La Cueva's James Barreras III. Gain of 20 for Labarine. So he's at 9 carries, 62 yards and a TD now this afternoon for Centennial. And a new set of downs for the Hawks on the La Cueva side of the 50. 5:10 to play in the half. Hawks 13, Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. 5:04 and counting to play in the second quarter. Chase Sanchez comes wide to the left. Sandoval in a slot to the left for the Hawks. Labarine out of the shotgun with Aldape in the backfield with him. Labarine's going to keep, and he's got some room. Picks up a nice gain. Gets dropped at the 34 of La Cueva after he picks up 6 more. 10 carries, 68 yards for Ruiz. So they're letting that offensive line do the work. And Labarine carrying the ball really more than he has all year. Came into the game with 293 yards rushing and 4.2 yards a carry. Has 10 rushing TDs on the year right now. 2nd and 4 for the Hawks at the Bear 34-yard line. 13-7, the Hawks lead it. Hand off to Aldape on a jet sweep going left. Gets a really good block out in the open field by Matherley, and it gets him a first down to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Best run for Aldape. And Matherley with a great block out on the left side, leading the play, which sprung Aldampe, and it's 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the La Cueva 29-yard line with 3:54 and counting to play in quarter number 2. Beautiful day here in Las Cruces weather-wise. No wind. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 29-yard line. Good snap. Labarine pulls it. He's going to keep. Gets a block. 25-20. Steps out of a tackle to the 15, to the 10. He's to the 5. Touchdown. He got in. He's running out of room as he kept working to the sideline. And it's a 29-yard TD run for Luis Labarine. He faked it and was reading it, decided to keep it, pulled it. And a TD for Labarine. His 11th of the year, his 2nd of the afternoon, and the Hawks lead at 19-7. $60-yard drive for the Hawks. Looks like they're going to go for 2. Remember, they had the extra point blocked last time. 3:25 to play in the second quarter. Hawks line up to go for it. They're going for 2. Labarine on a shovel pass to Matherly. It is into the end zone. The 2-point play works. So they get back the point that they lost on the block kick last time. Hawks 21, Bears 7. 3:25 to play in the second quarter on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Centennial scored 21 unanswered now, and they lead it by 2 TDs on Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM and AM 570. Bears on their opening drive went 67 yards. 9 plays to jump up 7-0. The Hawks didn't score until the second quarter, but the Hawks have now scored on their last 3 drives. They've scored 21 answered, and they lead by 14. And here is the kick. And the boot bouncing, and it's grabbed back at the 3. Gary to the 5. Breaking it back to the middle to the 10, all the way to the left hash to the 15. Gets to the left sideline at the 30. Turns it up about the 35. Boy, he ran a mile. He was kind of hemmed in near the right sideline, and he went all the way across the field at a diagonal to the left sideline. But for the Bears, there's a flag back at the 16, and it's a hold. So the Bears are going to start backed up here. Flags way back at the 16-yard line, in between the hash and the sideline on the Bear sideline, holding against La Cueva. So instead of great field position, they're going to start backed up here with 3:14 to play in the half. La Cueva is going to get it at the 7 with 3:14 to play in quarter number 2. Monty Melendez has thrown for 49 yards. The Bears have rushed for just 5 yards this afternoon. 1st and 10 for La Cueva at their own 7. Melendez goes up top. Hits his receiver out on the left side on the sideline. Ridden out of bounds. Positive yards for the Bears. Tackle made by De La U for Centennial. Pretty good chunk. Out to the 15. They got 8. 2nd and 2 for the Bears at their own 15-yard line. They need about the 17.5 for a first down. Melendez wants to throw. Now he is scrambling right. He's going to tuck it, and he goes down, but he has a first down at the 19-yard line. That's a gain of 4 right now. Flag down, though, back at the 10. Holding against La Cueva. This one's coming back from the line of scrimmage, which would be the 15. That would be a half the distance to the goal if they mark it off from there. But the penalty flag's way back at the 10. Where are they going to step it off from? Well, they're going to mark it at the 7. Turns into basically an 8-yard penalty. And so the Bears have it 2nd and 10. They're back at their own 7.5, 8-yard line. They need the 17.5 for a first down. 2:54 to play in the half. The Hawks by 2 TDs. Cooper's wide to the right. Lopez wide to the right. Melendez looking left. Now he's looking middle. Fires, and he's got Cooper. Cooper has it at the 30. Cooper banged down at the 35. Gave him time that time, and he threw a strike. Big gain. 28 yards. So Melendez is now thrown for 85 yards, and now they're not backed up anymore. 2:26 to play in the half. The Bears have 2 timeouts if they can sustain something and get on a rhythm here. 1st and 10 for La Cueva at their own 35-yard line. Here's a handoff inside. That's Sanders. Sanders bounces off a tackler and goes down at the 38, picked up 3. 2 carries, 4 yards, and a TD for Sanders. And they've got 11 yards rushing now. They haven't run it much, but still trying to keep them honest, and picked up 3 there, which is kind of a push. 2nd and 7 for the Bears at their own 38 with 1:53 to play in the half. Good snap. Melendez back to pass, gets rid of it in a hurry, and it's complete on the sideline. Gary has it, and he's run out of bounds at the Hawk 47-yard line. That's a gain of 15 yards and a first down. Clock stopped because he went out of bounds, and they've worked it into Hawk territory now. Hawks 21, Bears 7. Bears started this drive at about their own 7, and have worked it across midfield now. 1st and 10 for La Cueva at the Hawk 46-yard line. Good snap. Melendez back to pass. Melendez gets some heat, and he's sacked. Batar got in there for the Hawks. Big loss on the play for Melendez. Bears spend a timeout to stop the clock. He stopped back at the 44-yard line. It's a loss of 10 on the play. And it's the first sack of the afternoon for Centennial. 1:37 to play in the half. Clock stopped with the Bear timeout. Hawks 21, Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. You're listening to Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM and AM 570. Back after this. Second down, 20 to go for La Cueva at their own 44. Good snap to Melendez. Melendez rolling right, throws it complete. And the receiver Lopez steps out of bounds. They picked up a small gain of about 3 out to the 47, 3 or 4. 3rd and long now. 3rd and about 17 or 18 out at the 46-yard line. They need the Hawk 36 for a first down. 1:34 to play until halftime. Centennial 21, La Cueva 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. 3rd down and long. Melendez drops the pass, has protection. Now he's starting to drift right. Fires, and it's incomplete on the Hawk sideline down at the 31-yard line, trying to hit Lopez. Coverage provided by Chavez, 145-pound junior, wears 17 for the Hawks.
4th down.
And it's 4th down and about 18 for the Bears at their own 46-yard line. 24 passes for Monty Melendez this afternoon. He's thrown for 104. Bears line up to punt. 1:26 to play in the half. Whitmire fields a perfect snap and boots it away. Kick sails over Villa's head and takes a big Bear roll. Oh, this is a disaster for the Hawks. Bears glad to watch it roll. And the Hawks are going to start backed up at their own 6-yard line. You got to catch those, or at least try to catch them. Got away from it, didn't want to mishandle it, but cost them 20 or 30 yards there. Minute 16 to play in the half. So the Bears scored on their opening drive of 67 yards. Since then, a punt, downs, a fumble, a punt, and a punt. Hawks will start at their 6. 1:16 to play in the half. 3 timeouts to work with for Aaron Ocampo. Matherly's in the backfield with Labarine. He stands at the 1-yard line, does Labarine, and he's going to keep. Matherly blocks, springs him with a block out on the edge across the 10 to the 11 to the 12. He picks up 6. 103 yards rushing for Reese Labarine here this afternoon. 12 carries, 103, and 2 TDs. They pulled it back to the 11, and it's 2nd down and 5. 51 seconds to play in the half. Not any urgency for the Hawks right now. They'll be content just to hold the ball the rest of the half unless something big happens here. Empty backfield. Aldape motions into the backfield. Labarine's going to keep, and there's a huge hole. 20. He's got the 30. He's got the 40. He's got the 50. One guy giving chase, swipes, and tries to pop it out of there and tackles Labarine way down at the 27-yard line of La Cueva. Well, there's the big thing that happened, and now the Hawks will change their approach. Gain of 62 for Labarine. And a timeout for the Hawks. Labarine with 165 yards rushing on 13 carries now. And the Hawks will spend a timeout with 25 seconds to play in the half, as that 62-yard gain has changed the thinking for the Hawks. They look like there is really no urgency. They were just, trying to go get a first down and go to the locker room. But they sprung Labarine on that 62-yard run, and now points are certainly out there to get for Aaron Ocampo's ball club. 2 timeouts left and 25 seconds to operate. So we'll keep it here. Don't want to miss a play here, as the Hawks have scored 21 unanswered against La Cueva. 1st and 10 at the Bear 27-yard line. Labarine's only thrown it 6 times. 21 runs and 6 passes for the Hawk offense here this afternoon. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 27-yard line. Labarine out of the shotgun, fields a snap, and he sends one out to Villa left flat, makes a nice catch, avoids a defender, and gets tackled at the 21. It's a gain of 6, and whistles are blowing. My hunch is that the Hawks have taken a timeout with 17 seconds to play in the half at the Bear 21. We'll take a short break. 17 seconds to play in the half. The Hawks 21, the Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Hawks are on the prey for some points here late in the second quarter. Back after this. This drive started back at the Centennial 6. They've worked it to the La Cueva 21-yard line with 17 seconds to play in the half. The Hawks 21, the Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Hawks have 1 timeout left. 2nd down and 4 at the Bear 21-yard line from the left hash. Good snap to Labarine. Drops to pass. Bears blitz. Labarine gets rid of it. Throws it towards the end zone. It's caught by Sandoval down at the 1-yard line, and a flag fly. Or did he catch it? I saw the ball laying on the ground after the play. He may not have caught that. That was kind of blocked. But I think they're going to get the Bears for interference. There's still 9 seconds to play in the half. There's a flag down. I thought Sandoval caught it, but then when he got up, the ball was laying on the ground. So they're going to take the penalty. No catch. I beg your pardon. That was kind of shielded as the players went to the field. It's a big penalty against the Bears from the 21 to the 11. That's a 10-yard penalty on half the distance to the goal. Pass interference the call. The Hawks have it at the Bear 10 with a timeout remaining and 9 seconds to play in the half. And we'll see what they do here. Colalon's wide to the left. Trips wide to the right in a bunch, and the Bears will spend a timeout. 1st and 10, just outside the 10. Maybe time for 2 plays for the Hawks with that timeout. The middle of the field's open, and the Bears take a timeout. We'll keep it here.
Timeout, La Cueva.
Winner gets Cruces. Centennial and Cruces would obviously be here, as that's a rematch from the regular season. If the Bears come back and win this game, it's my understanding that Las Cruces owes La Cueva, and the game would be played up in Albuquerque if that occurs.
Stop by any one of our more than 20 branches throughout the state, or visit us at nusenda.org to see how we can help you with your financial.
Scores last night. I'm going by Max Preps, so hopefully these scores are right. Cleveland 42, Volcano Vista nothing. And Hobbs 30, Carlsbad 19. Here we go. 1st and 10. The ball just outside the 10-yard line of La Cueva for the Hawks. Good snap. Labarine lobs it into the end zone for Alonz, and it's juggled and incomplete along the sideline. Coverage provided by Widner. That leaves 5 seconds to play in the half, and now it looks like the field goal unit's going on for the Hawks. Jordan Trujillo is the Hawk field goal kicker. They're going to put it down at the 18, so it's a 28-yard field goal attempt. It's from the left hash, and he's a righty, so the angle might be a little tougher than some realize. 28-yard field goal attempt. Snap is good, hold is good, boot is away, and it hits the crossbar and bounds back. He got some pressure coming in off that edge for La Cueva was Kinghorn, and the low line drive kick hit the crossbar and bounced backwards. 1 second to play in the half, and it's 21-7. The Hawks lead it. The Hawks have outscored the Bears 21-0 in the second quarter. So the Bears got a little pressure. I don't think they got their hands on it. Trujillo's kick was a low-line drive kick, and it hit the crossbar and bounced backwards. So he needed a little more height if he was going to drill that. 1 second to play in the half. The Bears lined up in a formation which makes you think they're not going to try much here. Kind of a kneel-down formation, and they take a knee. And it's halftime. So the Bears outscored the Hawks 7-0 in the first quarter, scoring on their opening drive of the game. But the Hawks rebound with a 21-point second quarter. They've scored 21 answered, and at halftime, it's the Hawks 21 and the Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Will give us some halftime stats and such when we return after this long break. You're listening to Cool Rhythm and Hawks football. Hawks are up 21-7 in this quarterfinal game.
Hawks would like to thank their meal sponsors for today's game, El Mapo Taco. Thank you for your support of Centennial football.
to settle for a 28-yard field goal, but Welcome back to the stadium. It's 21-7. Centennial leads La Cueva at the half.
Los Alamos 13.
Gadsden leads Los Alamos. No, they beat them. Gadsden has won 31-13. Aggies are in action.
Tennessee 0. New Mexico State University Aggies 0. That's in the first.
Tennessee and New Mexico State, 0-0 in Knoxville. Games last night, Cleveland 42, Volcano Vista 0. Las Cruces 49, Los Lunas 29. Hobbs 30, Carlsbad 19. That was the 6A games. In 5A, Gadsden beat Los Alamos 31-13. Goddard and Lovington are playing in Roswell. Artesia's up 13-0 on Highland today. Last night in 5A, Roswell beat Belen 51-0 to go to 8-3 on the year. Belen ends up the year 7-5. Halftime stats. Centennial with 282. La Cueva with 102, and keep in mind 67 of that came on the opening drive. So after the first drive, La Cueva's not been able to do a whole heck of a lot. 53 passing, 229 on the ground for the Hawks. For the Bears, 104 passing, -2 yards rushing for their 102. Ruiz Labarine is 4 for 8 for 53 yards and an interception. Monty Melendez has thrown it 24 times. He's 13 of 24 for 104 yards. No TDs and no interceptions. On the ground, Sanders 2 carries for 4 yards. One of them was a 1-yard TD run. Penalties: 7 for 63 against La Cueva. 6 for 45 against Centennial. So that's a look at the halftime statistics in this ball game. The Hawks are returning to the gridiron. The Bears gathered up in the inflatable bear that's in the northern end zone, and here they come back out for the second half. It's 21-7, Centennial with the lead at intermission,
Cueva Bears.
and it'll be Centennial football to begin the third quarter when we get going here in a couple minutes. Let's take our final break of halftime. The Hawks 21, the Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. You're listening to playoff football on Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM and AM 570. Uh, 2 minutes. And you can go less if you want, but there's 2:30 till they supposedly resume. Come on. There's 1:33 till they kick off, so yeah, that'd be fun. Thank you. Sounds good. Welcome back. Jeff Matthews with you at the Field of Dreams. It's the Hawks 21, the Bears 7 in this quarterfinal matchup. Winner gets the Bulldogs next week. College football scores from Conference USA: Missouri State 23, UTEP 7. That's in the second quarter. Western Kentucky leads Middle Tennessee State 14-7 in the second quarter. The Aggies are taking on number 23 Tennessee in Knoxville. That's 0-0 with 9:30 to play in the first quarter, at least on the app. And let's see what we got in top 25 games around the country. Second quarter, Oklahoma leads Alabama 10-7. Oklahoma number 11, Alabama number 4. Texas Tech, ranked 6, leads 21-0 over UCF. Georgia Tech, number 16, leads Boston College 14-7 in the second quarter. Iowa leads USC 14-0 in a battle of two ranked teams. Virginia up on Duke 7-0. Miami leads North Carolina State in the second quarter 10-0. Number 23 Tennessee and New Mexico State 0-0 in the first quarter. Indiana 31, Wisconsin 7. That's a final. Indiana ranked number 2 in the country. Texas A&M 31, South Carolina 30. A&M ranked 3rd in the country. Notre Dame beat Pitt 37-18. Notre Dame's ranked number 9, Pitt number 22. Number 18 Michigan beat Northwestern 24-22, and we're ready to go here. Here is the kick from the Cueva Bear kicker, and it sails to the 3. Hawks take it there to the 5, to the 10. No starburst. Sandoval out to the 15, cut down at about the 15 or 16-yard line. So the Hawks starting off there with 11:55 to play in the third quarter. 21-7, the Hawks lead it on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Hawks only went to the air 8 times in the first half. They've been able to run the ball. Hawks have 229 yards rushing in the first half, 282 yards of total offense, 229 on the ground. The Bears with 102 yards of offense in the first half. Hawks have scored 21 unanswered, and they will start this drive at their own 16-yard line. This will be the first play from scrimmage of quarter number 3. Chase Sanchez and Sandoval both wide to the right. Lamborine hands to Aldape, coming right. Big collision at the 17. Fights maybe to the 18 for a couple. And it's second down and 8 for Centennial. Aldape, 6 carries for 6 yards this afternoon.
Quintero on the carry. Met by a din of Bears for a short gain. Second down.
So it's second down, we're going to call it 9. Hawks have it at their own 17. 3 wide receivers, twins to the left. There goes Bermudez, the right split end, in motion right to left. Labyrinth fakes a handoff to him on the sweep, and then he keeps coming right and goes down at the sideline at the 22-yard line. That's a gain of 5 more for Ruiz. So he's at 170 yards rushing on 14 carries so far. And it's third down for the Hawks. They need the 26 for a first down. So third down and 4 with 10:45 to play in quarter number 3. Chase Sanchez and Sandoval wide to the right. Cole Alonz and Benitez are wide to the left. Shotgun with Bermudez in the backfield with Labyrinth. Good snap to Ruiz, drops the pass, gets some heat, holding on to it. Now he gets away from the rush and gets hit from behind. Boy, he held on to that ball. He sure stands in there. He got back to the line of scrimmage, so no sack, but he gets tackled for no gain.
Labyrinth is brought down for a loss.
And so it's fourth down and about 5 for the Hawks, and a punting situation for Centennial. He's done that a couple times today where he's held on to it and held on to it, and he's made something good happen. They line up in shotgun on 4th and 5 from their own 21, so that was a sack for the Bears. He lost a little bit when they spotted it. So credit the Bears with a sack. They lost about a yard. Good snap to Labyrinth, and he'll boot it out of the shotgun, and it's caught back at the 43-yard line. Coming left to the 45, to the 50, to the 45. Matherly whiffs on a tackle. And La Cueva is going to start at the Hawk 39-yard line as on the return. was Kinghorn.
Run down by number
Shaking up
3, Mark.
Bear on the play, so we've got an official's timeout. So good field position for La Cueva. They're going to take over at the Centennial 38. 9:38 to play in quarter number 3. Hawks lead at 21-7. Didn't do anything on their opening drive of the third quarter. Punted it away out of the shotgun. Didn't get in the traditional punt formation. Kick was kind of short, and the ball was returnable, and La Cueva is going to start on a very short field to start the third quarter. But we've got a shaken up Bear. Let's take a timeout. Hawks 21, Bears 7, 9:38 to play in the third quarter on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. On Cool Rhythm, back after this. Yeah. The return man was the shaken up Bear, but he gets up and jogs off. And so the Bears are going to start 1st and 10 at the Centennial 39-yard line. Down 2 TDs, early third quarter. And there's the ready for play, and we're ready to roll. 1st and 10 for La Cueva at the 29-yard line. Play action. Melendez back to pass. Gets popped as he lets it fly, and it's incomplete down at the 20-yard line. Intended for Lopez. He ended up playing defensive back on the play, trying to keep Chavez from intercepting.
2nd and 10 for the Bears.
2nd and 10 for La Cueva at the Hawk 39-yard line with 9:32 remaining to be played in quarter number 3. Stack twins to the white side to the right. They'll hand off, and there's some room. 35-30 for Hathaway across the 25, across the 20, all the way down to the 15-yard line. By far their best running play of the day. He's shaken up at the end of the run. That's a gain of 24 for Hathaway. And he stays down at the Centennial 14-yard line, so they will check on him. 9:23 to play in the third quarter. The Hawks 21, the Bears 7 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. And we'll take a 1-minute break. You're listening to Centennial Hawk and La Cueva Bear football on Cool Rhythm 104.5 FM and AM 570. Hathaway still down. They brought a stretcher out from the ambulance that was here, so it looks like his injury is beyond routine, and so they continue to assist him. All the Bears on the far sideline on a knee, and they're visibly shaken a bit as Hathaway's down. His coach staying with him as they work on him. And so this is one of those ones where it's a tough sight. 9:23 to play in the third quarter. The Hawks 21, the Bears 7. Hathaway had just ripped off a 24-yard game, but he went down at the end of the play. And they are assisting him right now. So let's take another break. as there's not much to talk about, and the concern is for Hathaway. He is moving around, so I think it's a lower body injury, and he is being assisted by the medical personnel that are here at the stadium. We'll take a break, and when we return, we'll update you best we can. You're listening to Cool Rhythm, 104.5 FM and AM 570. Yeah. 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 A minute. Jay Hathaway, the injured Bear, who just ran for 24 yards but was injured at the end of the play, is on a stretcher. They got him up, and they are wheeling him to the ambulance on the stretcher. And he gets a big hand from the crowd gathered here at the Field of Dreams, Bears and Hawks alike. And his coach is going with them towards the ambulance as they take him away, and it's one of the tough sights. And his teammates are now going to greet him as he gets off the sideline, rolling towards the ambulance. Some of his teammates going to wish him well. So it's 1st and 10 for the Bears. Hard to get back to football after you see something like that, but that's what everybody's going to do right now. First and 10 for the Bears at the Hawk 15. Bears out there, Hawks out there are just moments away from resuming this. So Sanders in at the running back spot. Good snap. Melendez rolling right. Melendez fires. It's caught by Lopez at the 11. Breaks a tackle at the 5, and he goes into the end zone for a TD. And it's 21-13. 9:13 to play in the third quarter.
Number 13, Chris Lopez for a Bear.
15 yards on the TD. 119 yards passing and a TD now for Monty Melendez. And it's an 8-point game, so the Hawks got it, did nothing with it. And a good punt return set the Bears up in great field position. They've taken advantage of it. The PAT attempt is on the way by Whitmire, and it's good. Hawks 21, Bears 14 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. 9:13 to play in the third quarter. You're listening to Cool Rhythm, 104.5 FM and AM 570.
Let's play this game again. I want you to look at each other. I want you to look at each other. I got my hands in the stand. My team on my back. My body and my heart. I feel my city on the map.
Welcome back to the stadium. It's 21-14. Centennial leads La Cueva with still 9:13 to play in the third quarter. Melendez to Lopez, 15 yards on the TD pass. So the Hawks were up seemingly comfortably, and then one possession for each team in the third quarter, and it's a 1 TD game again. Here's the kick, and the line drives it, hits at the 20, caroms to the 10. The Hawks are not going to do the starburst across the 20 and popped out at the 23-yard line, and that's where the Hawks will set up shop. Chavez on the return, his chin strap kind of got caught in one of the Bears, and they were kind of tangled up. So the Bears playing with emotion after the injury. And the Hawks have it at their own 23, up a TD, 9:07 to play in quarter number 3. Ruiz Labarine's thrown for 53 yards and run for 170 this afternoon. They didn't have a good first drive of the third quarter. Sandoval goes in motion right to left. Labarine fakes to Sandoval and keeps coming right. Gets to the second level and slung down after an 11-yard gain out to the 33.5.
Labarine on the carry.
Well, he's been the guy doing most of the damage this afternoon. Villa did have the 51-yard run on the direct snap in the first half.
34.
First and 10 for the Hawks out at their own 34-yard line.
First down, Hawks.
Makai Lowther widest to the left in a trip set. Twins to the right, empty backfield for the moment. Bears with 4 linemen on the defensive line. And on first and 10, Labarine running behind left guard. They sandwich him down after a 2-yard gain to the 36. And it's second down and 8 for the Hawks at their own 36. Coach Ocampo out to the numbers, barking at his team.
Second and 8 for the Hawks.
Maybe some miscommunication on what they ran there. 8:10 to play third quarter. The Hawks 21, the Bears 14. Matherly goes in. And Howie Garcia goes in, so they go double tight here on second down and 8 at the Hawk 36-yard line. Sandoval's wide to the left. He's joined over there by a second receiver. Second down and 8. Labarine hands off to Bermudez, wrapped up by the ankle, spun around, stopped after a 1-yard gain. Bermudez is the backup quarterback.
Jacob Bermudez on the carry for the Hawks.
Third down and 7 for the Hawks at their own 37-yard line. Jacob Bermudez, a junior, 5'9", 165-pounder. 7:22 to play in the third quarter. The Hawks by 7. Lowther wide to the left Alons and Sandoval over there as well in the 3 wide receiver set. Chase Sanchez comes wide to the right on 3rd down and 7 out at the 37-yard line. Bermudez leaves the backfield in motion. Labarine back to pass, gets heat, dumps it off, and the pass caught by Bermudez and down the sideline 50, and he steps out of bounds at the Bear 47-yard line. Labarine got away from the pass rush and dumps it off to Bermudez for a completion and a first down. It's a gain of 16 yards. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 47-yard line. Just under 7 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. 3 wide receivers to the right, Sandoval, Alons, and Chase Sanchez wide to the right. Bermudez leaves the backfield, comes back into the backfield in motion, and it's Labarine keeping, and he's met by a wall of Bears, nowhere to go. A little bit of a loss, not a huge loss. Making the stop for La Cueva was their defensive tackle, 6'2", 290-pounder, Abby O'Dunn. .6:30 to play in the 3rd quarter. Hawks by 7. 2nd and 10 at the La Cueva 47-yard line. Sandoval flanked wide to the right. There's a wide receiver to the left side. That's Chase Sanchez. Labarine fakes a handoff, gets hit as he floats it out to Benitez, and the pass is incomplete. And Labarine is slow in getting up.
Labarine's pass intended for Benitez.
Getting pressure on him was Marcos Flores, the senior strong safety, on a blitz. Labarine a little slow in getting up. 3rd down and 10 for the Hawks. The ball is at the Bear 47-yard line with 6:13 to play in the 3rd quarter. 21-14, the Hawks lead it. Chase Sanchez wide to the right. Sandoval lined up as a wing to the left. Labarine and Bermudez in the backfield on 3rd and 10 at the Bear 47-yard line. Sandoval in motion. Handoff, then a throwback to Labarine. Makes the catch at the 50. He had to wait on it, and he gets dropped at the 44-yard line. Not the greatest of passes to collect, so he had to wait on it and catch it down around his knees, or maybe even lower. So Bermudez to Labarine picks up 3, and it's 4th down and 7 at the Bear 44. So the Bears riding the momentum here. They got the TD to cut it to a 1 TD game. And now they've got the Hawks 4th and 7 at the Bear 46. They need the 37 for a first down. They're lined up as if they're going to go for it. Twins to the right, 1 receiver to the left side. Good snap, and Labarine will boot it away on the quick kick. Nobody back to receive it. It takes a Bear bounce. Chase Sanchez downs it at the 23-yard line. So La Cueva will take over 1st and 10 at their own 23, down 1 TD with 5:20 to play in the 3rd quarter. And Monty Melendez, who just hit Lopez on a 15-yard TD pass on their last possession, brings his offense back out. Monty Melendez in the first half, 13 of 24 for 104. In the second half, he's 1 of 2 for 15 and a TD. 23-yard line to La Cueva is the line of scrimmage. Good snap to Melendez. Fakes a handoff and keeps. Does get to the linebacker level as he crosses the 25, and he goes down at about the 27-yard line. That's a gain of 4 for Monty Melendez. First designed run for him. So 2nd and 6 for the Bears out at their own 27-yard line. 4:56 to play in the 3rd quarter. The Hawks are up a TD. Sanders is in the pistol behind Melendez. Melendez fakes a handoff to him. Then he steps up and fires, and it's caught by Lopez up at the 49-yard line. Good throw by Melendez. He bought some time as 2 Hawks shot in on him. It's a gain of 21 yards. And a first down for the Bears up near midfield. So they're playing some inspired football here in the 3rd quarter. 4:27 to play in the 3rd. The Hawks by 7. Sanders is now the running back. He's behind the quarterback Melendez in the pistol. Twins to the right, one receiver to the left side on 1st and 10 out at the Bear 48. They move their tight end, right tackle lurched. That's going to be a legal procedure against the Bears. First penalty of the second half against La Cueva. It's their 8th penalty of the ball game for 68 yards. And it's going to move them back to about their own 43, and it'll be 1st and 15 when we resume. Bears going south to north here at the stadium. Beautifully clear day. No wind. And on 1st and 15, Melendez is going to the air, fires long to the sideline, intercepted. Overshot his receiver. Picking it off is Gavin Woods.
There is a flag on the play.
There's a marker down at the midfield stripe. An eligible man downfield against La Cueva. That'll be declined.
Is an eligible man downfield. That penalty.
So a
is
fumble and an
declined.
interception for the Bears so far this afternoon. That's their second turnover. And Cruces, or rather Centennial, takes over at their own 19-yard line. 3:42 to play in the third quarter. It's the Hawks 21, the Bears 14. Bears lost a lot off their team last year. They had a really fine ball club last year, but here they are in the final 8, having won 9 in a row. 9-2 on the year. The Hawks are 7-3. 3:42 to play in the third quarter. And the Hawks are up 7, and they got the ball back after the takeaway. The interception by Woods on an overthrown pass from Melendez. Overshot his receiver quite a bit, and Woods there to make the catch for the INT. So on 1st and 10, Labarine wants to keep, bounces it outside to the right, turns it up, collision at the 24, falls out of bounds in between the 24 and 25-yard line. It's a gain of about 5. That was the 19th carry for Ruiz. He's really been the workhorse this afternoon.
2nd and 5.
Hawks started the year with Dalen Ramirez at running back, and he was having a great year. They lost him to injury. Then they went to Jesus Sanchez. He had 11 TDs in 2 games. 2nd down and 5 for the Hawks. Fake it to Sandoval, give it off to Bermudez. Bermudez across the 25, fighting hard to the 26, gets 2.
Bermudez on the carry. Late flag on the play.
Flag late. Referees will sort it out. I was marking down my stat sheet, and I heard the hooting and hollering from the crowd. So I missed the extracurricular activity, if that's what it was. Writing down the 2-yard run. It'd be 3rd down and 3, but for the penalty, and I don't know if they're going to be offsetting. I didn't see what happened. Dead ball. Personal foul, La Cueva. That's it. That'll give the Hawks a first down.
Ball is a personal foul against the Bears.
9th penalty for 83 yards against La Cueva. This moves the Hawks for a first down up to their 41. So whatever happened after the play, and those viewing probably saw it. I was marking down the run on my stat sheet and was looking away. 3:14 to play third quarter. Hawks 21, Bears 14. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at their own 41. Ball's on the right hash as they travel left to right on your radio dials around here. Labarine fakes to Bermudez, keeps going right. Flag flies from the linesman on the Hawk bench. That's a Labarine on the carry, picks up 2, and a marker is down.
Met by number 7, Levi Segura.
Still trying to get some kind of a preliminary indication. Those have gone the way of the dinosaur. You don't get those too often anymore. So we'll wait.
2nd and 8 for the Hawks.
Still talking. There are 2 referees.
There's a flag down.
Now a 3rd referee in on the chit-chat. Holding, finally, we see, is against the Hawks.
Is holding against the Hawks.
7th penalty against Centennial for 55 yards.
Penalty.
So it's 1st and 20 for Centennial after they were ticketed for holding on that 2-yard run. hold must have come right at the point of attack as they moved them back 10. Bears loading up the line of scrimmage. Labarine pulls it. He's keeping, and he's got some yards across the 35 to the Hawk sideline, dropped at the 36 to the 37, picks up 5 or 6. That was carry number 20 for Ruiz. He's getting a load of work today. Now, when they had Ramirez, you didn't see Ruiz carrying that much. So this is an adjustment by Coach Ocampo to get the ball in the right weapon's hands. Second down and 14 for the Hawks at their own 37-yard line. Good snap. Labarine wants to go up top. Now he pulls it down. Now he throws it behind the line of scrimmage to Sandoval, complete, but they lost a yard on the play. So he checked it down. I don't know if that's what they were trying to do or if that was a check down, like a hot route or something. They lost a yard. 4th and 15 for the Hawks at their own 36-yard line. 1:36 to play in the third quarter. The only team to score in the third quarter is the Bears. They need the Bear 49-yard line for a first down. Labarine back to pass. Sidesteps a rusher, gets the pass off somehow. Then he hits Sandoval. Sandoval lost the ball. It went into Brody Clark's arms, and he's returning it. He's across the 25, across the 20, across the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Bears. Brody Clark came up with the loose ball and returns it for a TD, a 39-yard fumble return. So the Hawks completed the pass. Sandoval coughed it up, and in the air it ended up in the belly of Clark. Brody Clark, the linebacker, brings it back for a TD of 39 yards. That's quite the turn of events. Would have been 4th down and the Hawks probably punting. Instead, this is for the tie. The PAT is up, and it's good. Whitmire drilled it. Bears 21, Hawks 21. 1:09 to play in the third quarter on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. So the script has flipped. Anybody's ball game with a little more than a quarter to go. We're tied at 21 on 104.5 FM and AM 570. Cool Rhythm. Back after this.
On your red 50-50 ticket, your number 449178. That's 449178. If you have the winning ticket, take it to the 50-50 table in the Northwest Concourse. 5 minutes, go.
Second turnover by the Hawks. So each team has 2 turnovers, an interception and a fumble for the Hawks. A fumble and an interception for the Bears. Bears have outscored the Hawks 14-0 here in the second quarter, or make it the third quarter. We're in the third. So each team's owned a quarter. End over end kick gets into the end zone for a touchback. So Centennial will start at their own 20, and they've not moved the ball in the third quarter well at all.
For a touchback.
It was 21-7 Hawks at halftime, and they had outgained the Bears 282-102 in the first half. But the Bears have come alive in the third quarter. They've got a 15-yard TD pass from Monty Melendez to Lopez. And then now a return on a fumble. 39-yard return by Clark. Makes it 21-all, and Centennial takes over at their own 20-yard line, and they find themselves in a tie game. So the Hawks own the second quarter. The Bears have owned the third quarter. 1st and 10 for the Hawks. Sandoval goes in motion. And Labarine trying to throw it to Sandoval. The pass is incomplete out at the 21-yard line. Sandoval got belted after the play, and the Bear that popped him celebrates. The momentum's definitely on the La Cueva sideline right now. There's no doubt about that. They brought a pretty sizable crowd from Albuquerque on the far side of the Field of Dreams. And they're hooting and hollering right now as the Bears putting on a show in the third quarter. Second down and 10 for the Hawks at their own 20-yard line. 4 wide, make it 5 wide receivers for the Hawks. Bears rush 4. Laborine's going to run, gets wrapped up and dropped after a yard gain.
Laborine on the carry. Brought down at the 21, third down.
Doc Miles Love on the stop for the Bears. Third down and 9 for the Hawks at their own 21-yard line. 4 wide receivers this time. Good snap to Laborine, drops the pass. Has time, heaves it long, going for Chase Sanchez. Sanchez with a terrific adjustment. He gets tackled at the Bear 42-yard line. When the ball was in the air, it looked underthrown. Chase Sanchez adjusted as he saw it was underthrown. The defender didn't have that opportunity. Sanchez caught it, and then he got dragged down by the face mask. So there'll be a tack-on penalty after this. A gain of 37 yards on 3rd and 9. Flag after the play came out, but it was the face mask on the tackle. And it's a big one. It's a 15-yard penalty. 10th penalty for 98 yards against the Bears. And the Hawks had it 3rd and 9 at their own 21. Now they have it 1st and 10 at the Bear 27-yard line. So a lot can change in one play. So it's 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the 27-yard line. Coming right. That's Bermudez. Works his way to the 23, and that'll be the last play of quarter number 3. Bermudez picks up 4. Well, we played 3 quarters in the state quarterfinal. We haven't settled a thing. It's the Hawks 21, the Bears 21. You're listening to Cool Rhythm, 104.5 FM and AM 570. Fourth quarter after this.
There is a flag down on the previous play.
There was a flag down when the quarter ended, and they signaled unsportsmanlike conduct against La Cueva. So that'll move the Hawks down to the 11-yard line. Half the distance to the goal, 12 yards tacked on. 11 penalties for 110 yards against La Cueva now. And the Hawks have it 1st and 10 at the Bear 11. Tie ball game, Hawks 21, Bears 21. And this will be the first play of the fourth quarter when we get going. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 11-yard line. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Bears, that's something verbal. Personal fouls when it's physical, and sportsmanlike conduct is when it's verbal. So the Bears said something, either to the ref or an opponent, that was overheard. 1st and 10 for the Hawks at the Bear 11-yard line. Laborine out of the shotgun, rolls right, stops, looks left. Now he's scrambling left. Flag flies. Laborine into the end zone, caught for a TD for the moment. There's also a flag in the end zone. Cole Alon's made the catch. Flags everywhere. I don't think the TD is going to stand. Flags at the 14. Holding is the call against the Hawks. We got a preliminary indication. There's the official indication. So that'll move Centennial back to the Bear 21.
The play was holding against the Hawks.
8th penalty for 65 yards against Centennial this afternoon. 8 seconds into the fourth quarter in a tie game. The TD wiped out by a hold. And it's first down and 20 for the Hawks at the La Cueva 21-yard line. Bears substituting. Hawks come out with 2 wide receivers to the left, Chase Sanchez and Cole Alons. They've got a wide receiver to the right side, that's Sandoval. He motions right to left now. Good snap to Labarine, shovel pass to Matherly. He has it, gets taken down at the 14-yard line. That's a gain of 7.
That's to number 44, Luke Matherly.
And it's second down. They can get a first down around the 1. They're at the 14, so it's 2nd and 12. Yeah, more like 2nd and 13, actually. 11:23 to play in the game. Bears 21, Hawks 21. Chase Sanchez and Lowther wide to the right. Sandoval's wide to the left with Colons. 2nd and long. Bears rush 5. Labarine stands in. Fires complete to Sandoval. Hit right away at the 7 and drop. Making the tackle for the Bears, Mickey Widener. That's a gain of 8. Third down and 6 at the 7-yard line for Centennial at the La Cueva 7-yard line. 10:40 to play in a tie game. Hawks 21, Bears 21 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Chase Sanchez, Lowther, and Sandoval all wide to the right. Cole Alons wide to the left. He's going for Cole Alons, and the pass overthrown and incomplete. They had one-on-one there, and he just threw it up and tried to lead Cole for the TD, and it was overthrown. So it's 4th down and 6 at the 7, and they're going to try a short field goal. Well, they missed a short field goal to end the half. It hit the crossbar, you might remember. That was a 28-yard field goal. This is a 25-yard field goal attempt for Jordan Trujillo from the left hash for the lead with 10:28 to play in the game. It's a tie game now. Snap is good, hold is good, kick didn't go anywhere. Landed a yard deep in the end zone. Don't know if it was blocked or if he just didn't hit it that well. They've been getting pressure from Jet Kinghorn on every kick attempt. May have got a finger on that one. It didn't look good. They didn't make it to the crossbar. And that's a glorified extra point from there, but they just have not been able to give the kicker the time. I don't know if he shanked it or if it was partially blocked. I'd have to see it again, but it's no good. And it's still a tie game. So the La Cueva Bear defense bent but didn't break. Bears have it at their own 20 in a tie game. 10:28 to play in the football game. Melendez calls. Melendez hands off to Sanders. Sanders gets popped, falls forward to about the 25. So he got 5. They haven't run the ball well at all today.
Saunders on the carry for a gain of 5.
31 yards rushing on the entire afternoon for La Cueva, but they got a nice gain there to get this drive started with a positive first down play, and it's 2nd down and 5 for the Bears at their own 25-yard line. Just tick past the 10-minute mark to play in the game. 21-all. Melendez takes the snap, hands to Sanders again. Sanders pushing the pile. And he gets close to a first down. He needed the 30 for a first down. Got it to the 30. And it will be a Bear first down after a gain of 5. So they fed it to Sanders 2 times in a row. Vaughn Sanders, 6'2", 195-pound junior. He's got some size. Muscled his way for a new set of downs here. 21-all, 9:33 to play in the game. Good snap to Melendez, fakes it to Sanders, drops the pass, gets hit as he throws, and it's incomplete. Trying to hit Lopez at midfield, Pass fell 4 or 5 yards shy of Lopez over the middle.
Pressure by number 91.
Getting pressure for the Hawks was Fernando Carranza, the 6'2", 210-pound senior, fouled that play up. And it's 2nd down and 10 for the Bears at their own 30 with 9:24 to play in a tie game. They're in the pistol. Sanders behind Melendez, who's in the shotgun. 3 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. They're all looking to the sideline for the play call. Plenty of time on the play clock. Good snap. Hand off to Sanders, trying to slide right, and he gets taken down. Lost about a half yard. 3 Hawks in there to stop him. Medina was in there. Lost a yard to the 29. So the Bears face with 3rd down and 11 from their own 29. They need the 40 for a 1st down. 8:56 to play in a tie game. Hawks led at 21-7 at the half, but the Bears outscored the Hawks 14-0 in the 3rd quarter. 3rd down and 11 from the Bear 29-yard line. The Hawks are sending everybody, and a whistle. And La Cueva took a timeout at the snap of the ball. The Hawks were coming with an all-out blitz. Bears took a timeout at the snap from the sideline. 8:36 to play in the game. The Bears 21, the Hawks 21 as we take a breath in this quarterfinal. You're listening to Cool Rhythm, 104.5 FM and AM 570.
If you're looking to start, continue, or complete your higher education journey, join the more than 6,000 fellow Greyhounds on their journey to student success. Eastern New Mexico University offers the most affordable higher education degree in the Southwest, and New Mexico residents can go to school tuition-free with the New Mexico Opportunity Scholarship. With online or in-person degrees, ENMU is the right choice for you. For more information, visit enmu.edu.
Hawks 21, Bears 21, 8:36 to play in the game. The Bears playing an inspired second half. 3rd down and 11 for La Cueva. At the La Cueva 29, they need the 40 for a 1st down. The Bears have gone empty. 5 wide receivers on 3rd down and 11 from the 29. Good snap. Melendez drops to pass. Melendez fires. He's got a man open. Lopez makes the adjustment and makes the catch. And he has it, and he's down at the 47-yard line of La Cueva. It's a gain of 18. And that'll move the chains. 7 catches for Lopez. They've gone to him often here this afternoon, and he usually delivers 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 47-yard line. Pistol, pass sent out left side, complete to Gurrier, gets slung out of bounds. Dropped at the 49 after a 2-yard gain. So Melendez has now thrown it 31 times. He has 160 yards passing, a TD, and an interception. Clock stops with 8:03 to play in the game because the play went out of bounds. Hawks 21, Bears 21. Hawks haven't scored since the 2nd quarter. Bears have it on 2nd and 8. Hand off to Sanders. Coming right. Sanders cut down as he tried to turn the corner, and he goes down at the 50. Matherly made the tackle. Gain of about a yard or 2 for Sanders. 3rd down. 7 to go from the midfield stripe. La Cueva is now going left to right, north to south here at the Field of Dreams, and a little wind is kicked up. The flag is unfurled, and it's blowing in La Cueva's face. It's not a heavy wind, but a breeze. 3rd down and 7 in midfield. Good snap, Melendez back to pass. Gets rid of it in a hurry. He throws long, and the pass is incomplete. Is it caught or incomplete? One ref said incomplete. It is incomplete down at the 24-yard line. It was intended for Cooper down at around the Hawk 30-yard line. The referee on the near sideline is the one that signaled incomplete. The back judge wasn't given a signal. That's who I was looking to for an answer. So it's 4th and 7 in a tie game, 7:21 to play, and the Bears in punt formation. Well, if nothing else, this drive flipped the field position. Hawks are playing regular defense, maybe thinking a fake is coming, and we got an official's timeout for the moment. Delay a game against La Cueva. It's their 12th penalty, 115 yards.
Flag on the field, delay of game.
5th penalty of the second half against La Cueva. They had 7 in the first half. So now they're moved back to their own 45. Bears have 2 timeouts. The Hawks have 3 timeouts. 7:21 to play in a tie game. And the punt, high and short, off to the far side, hits at the 29 and takes a Hawk bounce, and then bounds out of bounds at the 34. So it bounced backwards 5 yards from the Bears' perspective. So Centennial has it. Looks like they're going to start at their own 34. I'll double check it when they plop it down. 7:13 to play in the game.
The New Mexico Activities Association after a game day.
So the Hawks haven't scored since the second quarter. It was a Ruiz Labarine 29-yard TD run with 3:25 to play in the second quarter, which at the time gave them a 21-7 lead. Now we're tied at 21-all. 1st and 10 for the Hawks, the ball at their own 34-yard line. Labarine fields the snap. He's running to the right side, and he's bear crawls, puts a hand down to keep his balance. That got him a couple extra yards at the end of the run, and he picks up 5. That gives him 200 yards rushing. That was his 21st carry. 22nd carry. 2 TDs rushing for Labarine. He had 165 yards at the half. 6:38 and counting to play in the game. 2nd and 5 for the Hawks at their own 39. Here's a handoff to Bermudez, hunting and pecking. Grabbed by the shirt tail. A flag flies in. He got 2. That'll stop the clock with 6:28 to play in the game. And we'll wait patiently for a call. I think it's hold against the Hawks from where the flag came from, but we'll see. They're stepping it off against the Hawks. Here's the sign, holding against Centennial.
Call on the field is a hold against the
9 penalties, 75 yards against the Hawks. Penalty moves Centennial back to their own 29-yard line. It was 7-0 La Cueva at the end of the first quarter. It was 21-7 Centennial at halftime. It was 21-all at the end of 3, and that's where we're at right now. Halfway through the fourth quarter almost. 2nd down and 15 for the Hawks. Shovel pass into the middle. The Bears on it. Shoveled it to Bermudez, and he's turned away. Picked up a couple to the 31.
pass to Bermudez is complete.
3rd down and 13 for the Hawks at their own 31-yard line, with 5:53 and counting to play in a tie game. Winner gets Las Cruces next week in the semifinals. 3rd and 13 for the Hawks at their own 31-yard line. 5 wide receivers for Centennial. 2 to the right, 3 to the wide side to the left. Sandoval's over there, their leading receiver. Labarine back to pass. Stands in, his arm's tipped as he throws, and it's incomplete. The pass pressure got to him, and they got a piece of his arm as he was throwing.
Labrine's pass is incomplete. 4th down.
4th and 13 for the Hawks. And so they are presumably going to boot it away with 5:26 to play in the game. Hawks 21, Bears 21. It's turned into a barn burner. Each team's kind of dominated at certain points in the game. 4th and 13, snap back to Labarine, and his boot is away, puts his foot into it. It's caught at the 33, 35, 40, cut down at the 41 Gurry with a pretty good return. So, good field position for La Cueva.
The punt is taken up to the 41. It'll be 1st down 10 Bears from the 41.
About a 36-yard punt. 7 or 8 yard return, and now the Bears start at their own 41. 5:17 to be played in the football game in regulation, and we're tied at 21. Keep an eye on Lopez, the wide receiver. He's having a big afternoon. 1st and 10 for the Bears at their own 41. Melendez drops the pass, fires it out left side, caught at the 40, to the 45, to the 50, and dropped there. Making the grab was Brewer, and a good first down play for the Bears. They get 10. That was the 33rd pass for Melendez this afternoon. He's thrown for 170, a TD and an interception. 1st and 10, La Cueva at the Hawk 49 in a tie game. Hand off to Sanders. Sanders is grabbed and turned away. Never got him to the ground, but they rule his forward progress was stopped as he ran into a wall. There's a marker down at the line of scrimmage thrown by the umpire, holding La Cueva. Penalty number 13 against the Bears. They're at 125 yards that they've been penalized this afternoon. And now it's still first down, but they have it at their own 41 with first down yardage at the Hawk 39. 1st and 20 for La Cueva with 5 minutes to play in the game. Good snap. Well, I lied. The ball's just laying there. Everybody moved, but I don't think the center snapped it. It wasn't a good snap, it was no snap. Illegal procedure against La Cueva. Well, I saw everybody fire off. Quarterback didn't look to have any problems handling the snap. It's because it never went backwards. Everybody went on 1, and the center thought it was on 2. So a 5-yard penalty against the Bears moves them back to their own 36. 4:44 to play in the game. 21-21 the score. Hawks have 3 timeouts. The Bears have 2. Back to pass is Melendez. Melendez flush left. Melendez will run. He's got the 40. Steps out of bounds at the 42.5-yard line. He gains 6. So the Bears have it at their own 42, 2nd down now, and 19 to go. They need the Hawk 39 for a new set of downs. Clock stopped with 4:31 to play in the game. Melendez fields the snap, drops the pass. Hawks are only rushing 3. Melendez rolling right, directing traffic as he nears the sideline. He'll tuck it. He steps out at the line of scrimmage, no gain. Well, he lost a yard. They're going to mark him down at the 41. Actually count as a sack because he lost a yard. And it's 3rd down and 20 for the Bears now at their own 41-yard line. Clock stopped with 4:22 to play in the football game. Ball's moved to the right hash now after the scramble by Melendez. Winds kind of died down again. It kicked up for a moment with a breeze. 3rd and 20 for the Bears at their own 41. They empty the backfield, and the Bears will spend a timeout. 3rd and 20 from the Bear 41 with 4:22 to play in the game. Hawks 21, Bears 21. We'll take
1,
a short
2,
break.
3,
Cool
4.
Rhythm,
1, 2.
104.5 FM and AM 570.
Jiffy Lube is giving away one $5,000 scholarship and 3 $1,500 scholarship awards. Simply tell us in 500 words or less what drives you. It's not easy, no other requirements. Visit jiffylube.newmexico.com for more information and to apply. That's Jiffy Lube.
Well, if you want a drama, you've come to the right place. 4:22 to play in the game. Centennial 21, La Cueva 21 in the state quarterfinal. Winner takes on Las Cruces next weekend in the state semis. and the loser's season is over. La Cueva's the 5 seed. The Hawks are the 4 seed. 3rd and 20 for the Bears from their own 41. They need the Hawk 39 for a first down. Good snap. Melendez back to pass. Hawks rush 3. They do get a little pressure on him. Pass is caught at the 50. He stretches out to about the 46 as Brewer made the catch. But he's shy of a first down by about 6 or 7 yards. It's a gain of 13 when they needed 20. So it's 4th down. 4th and 7 at the Hawk 46. Hawks in a punt return formation with a safety back at the 11. Good snap, and he will boot it away. It's a short kick. Hits at the 21, takes a Hawk bounce, rolls to the 29, and that's where it's touched. So the Hawks will start at their own 29. Hawks haven't scored here in the second half. There's 3:25 to play in the game. Hawks have missed a couple of field goals and a point after this afternoon. They had the point after blocked and missed a couple of short field goals. So it's hard to think that they could feel confident in their field goal kicking game the way it's gone this afternoon. Right now they're 71 yards away from pay dirt with 3:25 to play in the game and 3 timeouts, and have never gotten to a rhythm here in the second half. 21-0 as the Hawks begin this drive at their own 29. Sandoval in motion right to left. Labarine wants to throw and he overshoots Benitez, and it's incomplete, trying to hit him leaking into the left flat. That was pass number 20. He's 11 of 20 for 127, no TDs and an interception. 2nd and 10 for the Hawks at their own 29. 3:21 to play in a tie game. Sanchez, that's Chase Sanchez, wide to the right. Sandoval flanked wide to the left, 2 tight ends. On 2nd and 10, Labarine fakes a handoff, drops the pass, has time, heaves long for Sandoval, overthrown and incomplete at the Bear 40. Good coverage by Robbie Abeda covering Sandoval deep. They went for the home run ball, and Abeda running step for step with Sandoval.
3rd down.
Hawks can't connect as their second half struggles continue. 3:14 to play in the game. Clock stopped after the incompletion. And it's 3rd and 10 for the Hawks at their own 29-yard line. Lots of substitutions from the Hawk sideline. Matherly in, Chase Sanchez and Sandoval and Alonzo go wide to the right. That's the short side of the field. And the Hawks are going to take a timeout. They were subbing a lot of personnel, and the play clock was getting short. Timeout on the field. 3:14 to play in the game on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Hawks 21, Bears 21 on Cool Rhythm. Back after this.
The New Mexico Activities Association is excited to announce the NMAA 24/7 mobile app. Whether you're a student, coach, parent, or player, you can have the power of the NMAA right in the palm of your hand. Find scores and schedules, follow your favorite teams, receive special offers from NMAA sponsors, get state championship information, highlights, features, and much more.
3:14 to play in the game. Hawks 21, Bears 21 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Hawks took the timeout, leaves them with 2. La Cueva has 1 timeout left up on the board. And there's 3:14 to play in the half, and the Hawks haven't scored since the second quarter. The Bears have scored 2 TDs, 1 on offense and 1 on defense here in the second half. 3rd and 10 for Centennial at the Hawk 29-yard line. 4 wide receivers deployed for the Hawks, 3 to the short side of the field to the right. Sandoval comes in motion to the wide side, leaves him in a 2-by-2 set. Labarine to throw, gets time, he's looking for Sandoval, he has it at the 50, down the sideline at the 40, and he's run out of bounds At the 35-yard line, a flag flew late in the run by the linesman. We'll see what he has. There's a marker down on the Centennial sideline. We'll see what he has. The line of scrimmage was the 29. It was 3rd and 10. Sideline warning against the Hawks, so that's no penalty. It's a warning. It happens again. It's a penalty. That was a gain of 40 as Labarine hit Sandoval. 167 yards passing now for Labarine. Sandoval with his 4th catch of the afternoon, and it sets the Hawks up 1st and 10 at the La Cueva 31 with 3:06 to play in a tie game. 1st and 10. Bears have 5 men on the defensive line. Bermudez goes in motion. Labarine fakes a handoff to him. Coming left, bounces it outside. He's got the 25 and out of bounds at the 23-yard line. It's a gain of 8 for Ruiz Labarine, the quarterback for the Hawks. That'll stop the clock, and it's 2nd and 2. .251 to play in the game for our radio audience. Hawks 21, Bears 21. 2nd and 2 for Centennial at the La Cueva 23-yard line. Sanchez and Sandoval wide to the right. Bermudez flanked wide to the left, goes in motion into the backfield. Labarine will keep coming left. Grabbed and dropped at the 22. I don't think he got a first down. We'll check it after they spot it. Mickey Widner made the stop, the linebacker for the Bears. Referee will take a look. They're going to measure. I don't know why. To me, this looks like almost a full yard shy, but maybe Centennial requested it to see what they need.
Official timeout.
Maybe the referee just likes to measure, or maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's going to be a lot closer than I think it is once they run these chains all the way across the field. But to my naked eye, they look pretty well short here. 2:40 to play in the game. Game's tied at 21, and we're measuring. Well short. They need a whole yard for a first down. So they need to get it just a touch across the 21 for a first down. And it's going to be marked at the 21.5. So they need not quite a full yard, a little more than a half yard. And they've got 2 downs to do it. It's going to be 3rd down and a yard to go at the La Cueva 22. 2:40 to play in the game. Hawks with 2 timeouts, the Bears with 1. There's the ready for play, and they wind the clock. Labarine's going to operate out of the gun. Bermudez and Matherly in the backfield with him. Sandoval goes in motion. Labarine's going to keep. Labarine pounds it close to the first down at the 20.5. I think he has it. He got about a yard and a half when they needed more like 3/4 of a yard. He didn't get it by a ton, but it is enough for a first down. They gave him all of the 20. 2:20 and counting to play in the game. We're tied at 21. And the Hawks have it at the Bear 20-yard line. Colalan's going wide to the right with Chase Sanchez. Sandoval joins them over there. Bermudez in the backfield with Labarine in the shotgun. Matherly wing back to the right side. Now we got a whistle, and the back judge has thrown a flag. He says delay. It's delay against the Hawks. 10th penalty against Centennial for 80 yards. Hawks were not operating with any urgency.
Hawks were called for delay of game.
So it's 1st and 15 for the Hawks at the La Cueva 25 with a minute 55 to play in regulation. Three wide receivers wide to the right. Good snap to Bermudez. Bermudez on the direct snap across the 20 to the 19 where he snagged and never got him to the ground, but they stopped his forward progress. That's a gain of 6.
To the 20-yard line.
They need 8 more for a first down with 1:34 to play in the game. Chase Sanchez and Sandoval wide to the right. Bermudez flanked wide to the left. He goes in motion into the backfield. They give him the ball on a sweep, and there's a hole. He's got the 15, dropped at the 14-yard line. Making the stop was Frankie Segura for La Cueva. That's a gain of 5 for Bermudez on the sweep. And it brings up 3rd down and 3 at the La Cueva 14, and the Hawks want a timeout. 1:09 to play in the game. It's the Hawks 21, the Bears 21 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Short timeout. Back to the stadium after this.
Timeout called by the Hawks. Second timeout of the half. Realty One of New Mexico, the state's largest, most productive brokerage. Whether you're buying, selling, or advancing your real estate career, we help you achieve your goals. Call 505-88.
1:09 to play in the game. It's the Hawks 21, the Bears 21 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Hawks took this timeout. Now they have 1 left. The Bears have 1 timeout up on the board remaining. 3rd and 3 for the Hawks at the Bear 14. They need the 10.5 for the first down. They need to get it past the 11. So it's 3rd and about 3.5 for Centennial. Ball's on the right hash. Labarine and Bermudez in the backfield. Snap to Labarine. Rolling right to the short side. He fires incomplete in the end zone. Benitez was the intended receiver. 2 Bears there. Jet Kinghorn, a little slow on getting up, providing coverage. And then back of the end zone was Robbie Abida on coverage. So they miss on 3rd down and about 3.5, and they bring in the field goal team. It'll be a 31-yard field goal attempt from the right hash this time. They've missed 2 field goals in the game already. 1:04 to play in a tie game. Snap a little high. They get it on the tee. The kick is away. It has the height. It has the distance. No good. Wide to the left. He missed it. And they missed 3 field goals this afternoon. That one had the height and the distance, but he pulled it. Snap was a little high. Probably messed up the timing.
Bears will take over.
So the Bears take over at their own 20-yard line. 57 seconds to play in the game, and the Bears have a timeout left. Well, it's starting to look like overtime. The overtime rules in high school, a little like college, except they plop it at the 10 rather than the 25. We'll get to that in due time. Melendez back to pass. Melendez buying time, rolling right, still rolling, heaves it downfield. It's incomplete at the 48. He was trying to hit Cash Brewer. That was his 35th pass of the afternoon. He's thrown for 183, a TD, and an interception. And it's 2nd and 10 for the Bears at their own 20-yard line. 48 seconds to play. 21-0. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Sanders in the backfield. He's going out on a route. Pass near side, incomplete at the 32. Brewer, the intended receiver. They didn't come close to connecting there, and it's 3rd and 10 for the Bears at their own 20 with 44 seconds to play in the game. Bears come to the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 10 at their own 20. 15 on the play clock when they get lined up. 3-by-1 set to the left. They need the 30 for a first down. Good snap. And they hand off to Sanders. He's got the 25. He's got the 30. He's got the 35. He's got the 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Big run. Their best of the day all the way down to the Hawk 37-yard line. Vaughn Saunders picks up 43 yards. He's got 58 yards rushing in the game now. Most of them on that play. 32 seconds to play in the game. First and 10, Melendez going up top. He hits his receiver at the 35 Guree, and he steps out of bounds at the 32. That's a gain of 8. So a 43-yard run to Sanders. On 3rd and 10 for the Bears, and now they're knocking on the field goal door with 24 seconds to play in the game. Chance Whitmire's their place kicker. He's over warming up by the net on the Bears sideline. They've gone and got him and brought them close to their sideline. Hawks have missed 3 field goals today. 2nd and 2. Melendez takes the snap. Now he's dancing right. Flag flies. Melendez will just throw it away. It lands on the track behind the Hawk bench on the right sideline. 15 seconds to play in regulation. Flags down at the 40-yard line of La Cueva. It's a hold against the Bears. Penalty number 15 against La Cueva. Eight penalties in the second half against the Bears. 15 for the game now. 145 yards in penalties they've suffered. This will move La Cueva back to the Hawk 42-yard line. And it's 2nd and 12. They need the 30 for a first down. The Bears have a timeout, and there's 15 seconds left in regulation. 21-0. Hawks led it 21-7 at halftime. The last score in the game was a defensive score by the Bears. Good snap to Melendez. He drops the pass. He fires to the far sideline. It's caught by Guree. He's popped right away, and a flag flies, and another flag flies. It's a gain of 11. Should be a first down. There's 7 seconds, and there's a flag down. There's 2 flags down. The Hawk was punching at the football, trying to get it out of there. Maybe he missed the football. It's a gain of 13 on the play. 204 yards passing for Melendez. And we'll see where they step the penalty off to. The Hawks are backing up. They're going to plop it at the 14. I haven't seen any indications. I think maybe it came with the punching of the football. Maybe he did that as the whistle blew and did it after the whistle and picked up a personal foul. It'd be nice to have seen the indication. Coach Mack is talking to the referee about whether the clock starts on the whistle or not. There's only 7 seconds to play in regulation. 21-21 the score. So the penalty stepped off against the Hawks. The line of scrimmage is the 14. It'd be about a 31-yard field goal from here if they want to try it. But they've lined up the offense on 1st and 10 at the Hawk 14. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. They take the timeout. So they wound the clock, and then the Bears took the timeout with 2 seconds to play in the game. And they're going to give Chance Whitmire a chance to win it. It'll be a 31-yard field goal attempt for the Bears. The Hawks missed a 31-yard field goal with 57 seconds to play in the game just moments ago. It was wide to the left. That was for the lead. So the Hawks have missed 3 field goals. The Bears haven't attempted a field goal, but they're 3 for 3 on point after touchdown attempts. This is longer than that by about 11 yards. We'll keep it here. If the Bears nail this field goal, they advance to take on Las Cruces next weekend in the semifinals. If he misses it, we go to overtime. 2 seconds to play in regulation. Hawks 21, Bears 21 on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Kicking from the left hash. Whitmire lines it up. And we got a whistle, and it looks like Aaron Ocampo has spent a timeout. So Coach Ocampo has spent the last Centennial timeout. 2 seconds to play in regulation. Bears 21, Hawks 21. 7-0 Bears at the end of one quarter. They scored on their opening possession of the game, and they didn't score again the rest of the half. Hawks had scored 21 unanswered in the second quarter to take a 21-7 halftime lead. But the Bears have an offensive TD, a 15-yard pass, and a defensive TD, a Clark return of 39 yards on a fumble recovery for their 2 second-half TDs, and they've kept the Hawks off the board. So we're tied at 21-all with 2 seconds to play. And Whitmire trying to nail a 32-yard field goal from the left hash to punch the Bears tickets to the state semifinals. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is away, it has the height, it has the distance, and it's good. The Bears win it. Bears 24, Hawks 21. It's a final. La Cueva wins on a field goal of 31 yards from Whitmire, and they advance to the state semifinals. Bears 24, Hawks 21. They win it on the last play of the game. So it'll be La Cueva and Las Cruces in Albuquerque next weekend in the state semifinals. La Cueva goes to 10-2. The Hawks finish the year at 7-4. We'll take a break. We'll wrap it up after this on 104.5 FM and AM 570 Cool Rhythm.
Of the 2025 Nusenda Credit Union State Football Championship. The NMAA reminds you to be a positive role model at all times, take accountability for your actions, possess self-control, and learn from adversity. This personal responsibility will help all of us succeed in our efforts to compete with class. Thank you, and safe travels.
Yeah, just got back. Thank you. Okie dokie. Welcome back to the Field of Dreams. The Hawks fall to La Cueva 24-21. A 31-yard field goal by Whitmire on the last play of regulation gave the Bears the lead and the victory. Bears led it at 7-0 after their first drive of the ball game. The Hawks tied it at 7 with 8:55 to play in the half, led it 21-7 at the half. So the Bears didn't lead the game after 4 minutes gone in the second quarter till the last play of the game. And they're victorious. Take a look at the final statistics for the Hawks. 461 yards of offense for the Bears, 289. For the Hawks, 167 passing, 294 rushing for their 461. The Bears had 204 passing, and they ran for 85 for their 289. Penalties, 11 for 90 against Centennial. The Bears, 15 penalties for 145 yards. Each team committed 2 turnovers. Monty Melendez threw it 38 times. He winds up throwing for 204 yards. Ruiz Labarine threw it 22 times. He ends up throwing for 167. On the ground, Labarine had 25 carries for 210 yards and 2 TDs. The leading ball carrier for La Cueva was Sanders, 7 carries, 58 yards and a TD. He had a 43-yard run on his last run of the game. And that's what flipped the field position, got him into field goal range eventually. And they won the ball game. And a big part of it's that 43-yard run by Sanders in the fourth quarter. About the only good running play they had. They had one other good running play. It was the one by Hathaway when he ran for 24 yards and ended up suffering an injury on that particular play. So the 5-seed La Cueva beats the 4-seed Centennial in a very mild upset. La Cueva is 10-2. Centennial falls to 7-4, and their season ends here today. So it was a barn burner, and the La Cueva Bears win the game 24-21. The Bulldogs take on La Cueva. That game will be up in Albuquerque next week. We may or may not have coverage of that game. We'll have to figure that out during the week. But tough one today for the Hawks. Bulldogs won last night in a tough one with Los Lunas. The Hawks fall today 24-21 to La Cueva on the Ben Trujillo State Farm scoreboard. Bears by 3. This is Jeff Matthews thanking Martin Fernandez Jr., our in-studio producer. Thank you for listening or watching wherever you took in the ball game. Chance Whitmire hits a field goal with 31 yards as time expired to win the game for La Cueva here this afternoon. 24-21, La Cueva advances to the Final Four. Have a good afternoon, everyone.